Oh, wait. Hey.
Oh, yeah, I've got a hard copy on the screens and out there. Those and test this and look at it. Try it all the time. If you let me do tomorrow. He's old. You gotta get out of the table. You better let that.
This is so important.
They try to have it everywhere. They have to stop. This isn't exactly ideal conditions. A lot of fun. I was more optimistic. Month or two ago, we may have. I know, are we technically in a work session? Okay. 3 minutes. How you
Striker, so Striker is that is Russell, that is a lot of people. Also,
That's interesting take on it. Yeah, we were in the.
Okay. You may be waiting.
I did it.
Well, let's see what they do. How are you? Good. Good to see you. Good to see you. That's just generic. I don't remember. She ain't got what she gave me. She gave
They go away and they come back.
She appeared.
Yeah.
Jeff.
A great day. I'm doing great. No complaints.
Everyone, clearly we don't have quorum right now, so we're gonna give everybody a few more minutes, and then, if we don't have quorum, we'll hear from the presenters so that we can find out what's anybody's trip, and then, we'll, proceed from there. And, so while we can't deliberate and make decisions, we can listen and ask questions. And so, and we're recording it and live streaming it so that the public can hear and see and know what's going on and what the topics are.
That's on Irving, can I talk to you? Yeah. Why did I get this up here? I don't want one. If I don't take this one, that means I don't want it.
Yeah.
So why? I'm still not gonna say it.
Yeah, you don't have to. Post office got to take it back.
Well, they need to send it here. I'm still not
Yeah.
gonna say it.
Yeah, you don't have to.
I know.
Yeah.
We need to send it back. I mean, if I send it back, that means I don't know.
Yeah.
All right, everyone, I'm go ahead and call this session to order. We've got quorum, and unfortunately, as you can probably hear, there's something wrong. The speakers are not working, so it's going to be even harder to hear tonight than normal. But the spread, if you wouldn't mind, puzzle doors, getting through that, Commissioner Norton. So I just want to thank everybody for being here at this work session of the Marvin City Council. So tonight, we've got several issues on the agenda that are important. We've been talking about for a long time, and look forward to getting them resolved and working through them. First, just briefly touch on an update from me. Our fiscal year 2025 audit is still being finalized right now. The auditors are reviewing the final draft, and so hopefully at first or second meeting in August, we should be presented with the finalized audit. We're not able to get all of the surplus vehicles advertised in time, so we're going to get those posted and then take those still bids at the next council meeting after getting them posted. And as we continue to make progress on all of our capital improvements and larger projects, including the grant that we got to repave basketball court and get those redone, we just really want to keep looking forward and keep looking towards progress and getting things moving. So first up, we've got Harvey from Brookhaven Development Partners. Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah.
Okay. I'll have the agenda, but this is the resolution.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Yes, I think Mayor Matt presented some of this information a couple months ago, but the city had approached us a couple times about purchasing some land in Acton Meadows for the second water tank up there, the surplus tank. So we've talked to Matt. What we would like to do to keep any change in money out of the city is just exchange water taps for land and 6 lots. So that's what we're proposing to do. So that land and the lots is about $60,000 more than what we're requesting from the city as far as the number of water taps. So we're hoping that would be a win-win for everybody.
And as was heard from the city engineer and from Todd, it is an acceptable location for a water tower. And
Yeah, a couple of meetings ago, Todd brought that up, and Keith had said that same thing, and then Todd recommended it too.
They just touch base while you're here. So Harvey talked about helping us with the Old Acton Road, project and allow us to come to some of his property to redirect that road. Right now, they've done the second draw of the grant this year. There should be a third draw. And so we haven't been awarded yet. I'm hopeful for the third draw and we'll keep us posted, but work comes to work and we'll apply again next year.
Yes, sir.
But, all right.
Any questions for me?
You might have any questions for Harvey?
Thank you.
Thanks, Harvey. All right. And next up is the new phase of Urban Borough. Y'all should have gotten a copy of the plat. Y'all come up. And we've got the large drawings on the table up front. If council would like to look at them more closely.
Hello, everybody. I'm Tyler Davis with Owen Properties, and we are developers at Sterling Place and Sterling Road. We just completed our first sector at Sterling Road earlier this year, and we are would like to start a new sector as soon as possible. We've submitted our plans. It's 67 lots, and looking to its design, everything similar to what we've done in the past. Based on y'all's comments, we've added a community park into this sector, and I think everything else is similar to the design and construction standards that we've been doing. And we also have our
Race everybody of those 4 lines.
Oh, perfect for the final.
Yeah.
Curious, there's a common area across from the community park. Is that also like for public use, or is that just,
rough to powerful.
okay. All right. All right. So, again, this is part of the master plan that you know.
It's in substantial conformance with the pre-approved, the existing approved master plan for the overall Sterling Place project.
And we took the consideration of the railroad in
Yes.
what's learned.
Yeah, we got that.
Does council have any questions or concerns? As most things will present at this meeting, we give the public a chance to hear and then call for a vote at the next meeting.
Okay.
Anybody, any questions? No. All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Next up, we have the discussion for the minutes. So these are, we have several minutes going back now and more adding up. And so just want to see if council has any concerns or topics or questions about the minutes.
Well, I have some concerns. I went through when I read the minutes, and I know that when doing the minutes, and this isn't a stab at you, Tabitha, so let me just say that first and foremost. I don't want to be accused of attacking you when I'm not. So I read the minutes from April the 26th all the way down to the last 7 minutes that we had, and I'm not in agreement with approving the minutes because there's some discrepancy in the minutes. And I'm gonna send you an email because I know that's what you want. And I'm gonna put it in an email form as well. The minutes to me seem to be a tad bit one-sided. And so when you look at the minutes, in all the minutes, it's always something that either I done said that I disagree, or Councilman Ray done said that he disagreed, but it's never anything else in there about anyone else that disagrees. And then in the minutes, it seems like myself and Councilman Ray is attacking the residents and attacking everyone that's up here that's on council. That's not true. Or we're not agreeing with anything that's a motion or something that's coming up, and that's not true. The minutes are one-sided. In the last meeting that we had, when we all agreed on it, Councilman Ray did a motion, I second the motion, and the mayor kept going on and stating that we was kicking the can down the road. Well, when we say something is being kicked down the road, it's noted in the minutes. But when Mayor Tortorisa say something like that, it's not noted in the minutes at all. I'm talking about at all. So if I say, when I brought up about hiring a minority, it was verbatim what I said. Anything else that I say is not verbatim. But if I say something like that, it's verbatim, and it makes it seem like I'm angry or I'm against anything that's going on. It also makes Councilman Ray seem like he's an angry maniac. And then sometimes when he says some stuff, he should, it is maybe aggressive in language towards some people, but not all the time. And in the minutes is some form of sarcasm in it, like Councilman Ray stating that there was a discrepancy in the minutes, and it's saying, but he has yet to send an email to point out what the mistakes was. Well, we don't need all of that. If we just gonna summarize what we say in it for our council meetings, that's what we should do. But summarize it for each and every council member. Don't choose to and summarize well, don't summarize what they say it verbatim, but then you leave it as if we're angry and we're never satisfied. So I'm not going to approve the minutes because they're one-sided. I think the minutes need to be rewritten. And if we're looking at the video to see what we're saying, look at it at home. And quote us all verbatim, but don't quote me verbatim and quote Councilman Ray verbatim and don't quote everybody else verbatim because their last 7 minutes are completely wrong. And if you look at these, if we approve these minutes and we are sued, these minutes are going to be looked at in court as if it is correct, and it's not.
So,
it is not correct.
all right, so you can send those corrections to
I'm most definitely is, and I'm working on it. It's going to be page by page, line by line, and paragraph by paragraph. That's what it's going to be. Because it's one-sided. So no, I'm not going to approve those minutes. And that's just me on it. And I'm glad you all, thank you guys for giving me a chance to read them. I appreciate that. So that gave me a lot to do. And the last thing that I'm going to say is, one, we got an email that stated that our city clerk person, and she's part-time, and I know she has another job, and this is a lot to do because Margaret is a lot. And she may not have time to do it all, but if she's part-time and she doesn't have time to do it all, then we need to move quickly and get a full-time city clerk person so that they can do our minutes, and we won't have to wait, and we won't be waiting for minutes from April, and it's July, and we just get minutes from April to approve. And so that's just my take on it. We do have a city clerk assistant who is full-time that we didn't know anything about. So if Tabitha can't do it, why can't he do it? And you have a full-time assistant that can assist, but we have part-time jobs, so why do you have a full-time assistant? So if the city clerk, the interim part-time city clerk can do it, then of course your assistant can do it. Somebody can do it. We should have these minutes 3, maybe 4 days after we leave council person. That's just what I'm saying. I can't talk about anybody else, but I can say what Councilwoman Bill said. And you can quote that verbatim because a lot of people do like to misquote what I say, but you can quote that verbatim. And if I say it once, I can say it twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times. I'm gonna stand on any and everything that I say. I'm not gonna back down. I'm not gonna say it because you don't want me to say it, and I'm just gonna say the truth, and that's just it. And also in the minutes, she's quoting. I mean, it was quote. You know, when the persons come up, the public has their comments and they come up and say it. And, you know, it's not really verbatim what they say, but sometimes when persons come up to tell us what their opinions or what we're supposed to do or how they feel about us, it's degrading. We get people to come up and quote lyrics from a song, and then you degrade us directly after that you say that, and then you sit here and act like it's okay. It's never okay for a citizen, and yes, we did run for this office and you guys voted for us, you did, but we didn't get voted in for you to come up here and degrade us and talk to us like we're nothing or a piece of trash and tell us all the time what we're not doing. If you feel like that, this position was open. Everybody could have ran. And if you felt like you could do a better job than us, guess what? Run in 4 years. And you can replace us. Instead of always telling us what we're not doing, stand there and ask us or tell us what we can do differently instead of always saying what we're not doing.
So you don't want the public to have the right to
I want the
speak their
public to
mind?
have the right to speak their mind, but you don't get the right to come up here and be disrespectful. You don't get that right.
First Amendment's pretty clear.
The First Amendment is pretty clear. So when I start responding back to them, you're right. You're right. So they should be allowed to say just what they want to say, but do you have to do it in a disrespectful manner? Is what I'm saying.
I believe it's supposed to be timed as well. 40 minutes is, I think, is what we went over. These people are coming up here 6, 8, 10 minutes at a time, and I mean, it's kind of chaotic.
Anything else on the minutes?
No, that's it. Back to the minutes for me.
All right. Next topic are the policies, starting with the fuel cards and vehicle accountability policy. Anyone have any questions, concerns, or issues with the policy? The gist is that everybody will have their own PIN, and there's more accountability in a written policy for people to follow for using the gas cards. Council have any questions or concerns about the policy?
So what are we currently under right now?
Right now, every vehicle has a card, and everyone knows this is the PIN. It's a shared PIN.
So we're sharing cards right now?
They always have. In the policy, the card usually stays in the vehicle.
Do they turn in the receipts?
No, that's what the way, part of the program is they put the card in, put in their mileage, and
I mean, I get what you're saying, but I'm saying, they're not turning in the receipts, you're saying,
there's no policy for that, and that's never been the practice, has it? Anybody?
I mean, common sense would be for them to turn in a receipt if they sign at the end of the day. Right?
So, I don't mind, but the card is on an account that records every transaction with the vehicle and the mileage.
So, yeah, so they're supposed to put in mileage and, all the details when they, check out. So the problem was the shared PIN and no accountability to the exact card. But also, some of this has got to do with like public works and filling up lawnmowers and everything else, and having separate cards for that so that it can be tracked and broken out. Because I don't know, the whole process needs more accountability, more visibility, and this is just a policy to codify that and to start being more responsible with it.
So you're going to each employee getting their own cards, what you're saying?
No, each employee has their own PIN. So when they use the card, it'll have their PIN, their signature to be with them that use it. If there's no more questions, we'll go on to the financial management fiscal policy. This is again the policy that will help our rating with the bond market, and basically sets an outline for how much debt we can take on and how much what our policies are for paying down debt, and pretty high level and simple, but it will help by having this policy on record. It will help our credibility of the bond rating. Any questions or concerns? All right. Hearing none, at the city vehicle management policy, this is kind of in line with the our hand in hand with the fuel card use. It's just basically setting down a policy about what's allowable and not allowable with the city vehicles. Any questions or concerns about the policy? All right. Hearing none, the last policy is the social media and IT policy. So just again, filling in a gap for something we didn't have and just codifying process. Now there are, from a social media standpoint, there are laws that protect people's First Amendment rights, but at the same time, organizations and cities can have some guidelines behind that. And so, for the policy, those two. Any questions or concerns about that policy? So the next topic is the resolution for the water tower property. We've gone over this before, but and Harvey touched on it during his moment to speak. But they're just trading 52 water taps for 55 for 95,000. Sorry, numbers are, it's been a while since we looked at it. And for basically 9 acres of property. And then
8 acres and 6 lots.
Yep. And so it's primarily, it's more land than we need in the area, but it's enough to give us the water tower and be able to use it for some other city purposes if we choose. The engineer reviewed the lot 6 months or more ago, and you know, the need is not immediate, but the need is coming quick, and part of the reason we collect the water taps is to pay for projects like this and get this stuff going. And so, you know, it helps us all to have property and have the land ready. So any questions, concerns, or discussion about the Resolution 2026-0402, water tower property. All right, here none, we'll move on to resolution 2026-0706, the underwriting and bond council for capital improvement project. So this was the, basically, or the terms escaping me, reimbursement policy, so that if we proceed with the project before the bond has cleared or before the bond process is finished, we can pay for it and then reimburse ourselves because it was part of that project. So this is just a resolution saying that, you know, basically stating that we're going after bonds, and when we get them, you know, we might have already started the project. And if you don't do this legally, you can't use that money for from the bond to pay for those things. Any questions or concerns about the resolution 2026-0706?
So does the resolution categorize anything as being earmarked at all
Yeah,
for certain purposes?
We can, so the reimbursement resolution will not have, typically it's not in there. What, the bonds are not gonna be final until they come back to the council in the form of an ordinance.
Right.
In the form of that ordinance, we can say, list out specifically what the money has to be spent for. You know, if that's something that you want, we can do that. We'll need to work with bond counsel to bake that into the documents. But if that's something, Councilor Ray, that you want, I think it's a reasonable request, and we can work on doing that. I think at this point is preliminary because the amounts can still change. You know,
right.
This is not. It's important for y'all to know too. This is not authorizing the issuance of any debt. It doesn't authorize the transaction. It just gives you the flexibility to spend money for engineering or architects, site prep to get the project going. And then when the bonds close, if they close, after y'all approve the ordinance, then you can take that tax exempt money and reimburse yourself. If you don't pass this resolution, you cannot go back and reimburse yourself with the tax exempt bonds. Does that make sense?
Right. I mean, basically, right now there's no plan. Like, we don't have a plan of action. Like, in order to, like, we don't know how much anything's going to cost. We don't know. I mean, like, anything. Like, nothing's been shared across the board here. So, I mean, I think we're kind of getting ahead of ourselves a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
So,
as far as how much we need for, you know, just say ABC project. You know, so if we don't earmark it in the beginning and let it be clear and transparent moving forward, I don't want there to be any confusion. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it just makes sense to kind of do that from the get-go.
and we can put that in the resolution. I mean, if that is what you want, you know.
Well, I just want to be clear that, I mean, we all got a proposal from the engineer giving estimates of what the square footage for the fire station and the truck. That's what we based the amount of the bond on. So we've definitely gotten quotes and ideas of how much this should cost. And so,
So about the fire station with nothing in it? That was what? Nothing but bathrooms? Is that what you're relating to?
relating to the estimates that were given to us by the engineer and per square foot estimate. So, but anyway, we gave ourselves a little wiggle room in there so that we can get the apparatus and the fire station in one fell swoop. But we've definitely gotten that information. I'm glad you acknowledged it. All right. Any other questions or concerns about this resolution? All right. Moving right along to ordinance 2026-013, the residential rental inspection. Again, this one is the second time or the third time we brought this up, and essentially it's going to codify that every rental property pays their business license per property, and that there be every other year inspections of those properties to make sure that they're up to code and being maintained. Any questions, concerns, or issues with this resolution? Oh, real quick. We had a public hearing about this at the last meeting, but we're potentially voting on it again. it's an interesting area, like, do we need to have another public hearing?
Not if you already have a public hearing.
Just wanted to- All right. So, any other questions or concerns about this ordinance? All right. So ordinance 2026-014, the Windstream franchise agreement. This is the one we discussed at the last meeting. Essentially, we are going to be, actually, would you like to speak to it? Actually, one second. Hey.
My name is Tim Gallagher. I'm a representative of Windstream, and I appreciate y'all considering this ordinance. So this ordinance provides Windstream Kinetic, which is a subsidiary of Windstream, the ability to utilize the city's right-of-way to install fiber optic infrastructure in order to provide broadband internet within the city. And in exchange, the city gets a 5% franchise fee, which is essentially based on the gross revenues that are generated within the city limits. And there are also the mayor and council negotiated some services, some broadband services that were provided to city buildings as well as part of this agreement. And so I'm happy to answer any questions. I just would reiterate, we appreciate y'all considering it, and we consider these type of franchise agreements to be win-wins. Usually it gives us the ability to go into a new city and hopefully provide high-quality broadband service to the residents and then additional revenue stream for the city.
So the council, you said the council,
Attorneys.
Yeah, it was negotiated.
oh, what?
With
Do you have a copy of that?
What?
Do you have a copy of all that stuff that was negotiated?
The services are stated in section, I believe it is 6.4, public benefit services.
Don't have a copy of that.
The actual ordinance.
Pretty sure, it might have been the last time.
It's the agreement.
It's the agreement?
It's the ordinance.
Okay. Let's see.
It's page 13 of, can you turn back?
You get that?
No.
Just reiterate, most of it's fairly boilerplate stuff, just a matter of the negotiated services, the 5%. And then the, we discussed trying to do some assistance for the school and their broadband, but that can't be part of the contract.
You can't.
Well, yes, it's just,
There's a service currently provided through the county, which has its own network. And, but I am happy to, we'll try to open the dialogue between my client and the school system if they want to try and do something independently.
private fiber basically, and so it's not just like a home internet.
I see.
This is from July 6th.
I see it.
July 6th.
Well, it's in this package too.
It's in this packet.
Negotiated services in there. That's it.
What was the question?
Negotiated city services are in there.
Yes, on 6.4, which I believe is, I'm not sure which, if you're looking at a red line or a clean, but I believe it's page 7. So page 7 of the actual ordinance.
So basically, Station 1, Station 2, Public Works Building, and City Hall, if service can be provided, they will include it. They don't have service at some of the other facilities.
6.4.
Our Station 2, we're paying $300 a month for 25 days. Yeah. Any more questions about this franchise agreement? Pretty big win-win for everybody.
Yeah, I would mention that my client is, they're looking to invest in the area, and they're actually going through a round of financing, so we're hoping to be able to close on that in the very near future. We'd like to have this franchise agreement in place if possible, if it's, meets y'all's satisfaction, in order to do that. And I can answer if we get any questions you have. Hopefully.
Thank you. All right, next up is the fire truck proposal. Josh.
Good evening. In front of you is a envelope. So there are 5, 6 different quotes that are sitting in there. They range everything from equipment to monitors, the Lucas devices. We'll start off with some of that one. That's the very first one. The total cost of all the equipment through Sunday is specified through Sunday. It's come up to about $98,393.95. The reason you'll see that this is specific quote is because I have to reach out to NAPCO, because they're offering better cost on those equipment. They also, Sunbelt does not offer the monitoring tools that we use without increase in cost. The only hose they offer, some Gladiator hose. I have no clue what that hose is. The specs on it, we don't like it. So the very next page, we'll stop. Anybody have any questions on that specific quote? Next one you'll see, their next page, that's the NAPCO. The NAPCO quote, that's $49,421. That includes all your extrication equipment, stabilizing equipment, the hose that we're looking for, multi-gas meters or monitors, and then we're stabilizing our Caribbean that we're sitting there. Most of this stuff, aside from the Caribbean, the Sunbelt that I offer. Very next quote, you'll see Argo Power. So when I started looking at prices, I didn't like the prices I saw they were by NAPCO or Sunbelt. So I reached out to Argo Power. Argo Power gave me the 3 quotes. You'll see right there. One is a K12 saw. The other one is just a normal chainsaw through steel, and then a battery-powered chainsaw, 14-inch chainsaw. That quote right there, $3,731.47, is about $3,000 less than what we got quoted through NAPCO and Sunbelt. And those were not either Husqvarna nor Steels. They were just run-of-the-mill chainsaws. I do not like them. I don't trust them. Plus, Argo Power offers the municipality discounts and maintenance on those. Here's a big one, Zolls. So I reached out, got 2 different quotes through Zolls. One of them the X-Series monitor that we currently have, and the other one is the new Zenix touchscreen monitor. One of them, the X-Series, should be the very first one. It's quoted at $53,296.12. Included in this, you'll see on the back page, item number 12, is a 4-year service plan that Zoll offers. It's $8,000. The difference is the 3 monitors that we currently have, the service plan is not purchased with that. So any type of maintenance that we got to do, we have to send them off to Zoll. That costs us to get a borrowed monitor. That costs us to replace the batteries. That costs us. With this service plan, that eliminates a lot of that. If something goes wrong with it, we send it off. We get a refurbished one that we can use until it comes back. The next one is that Zenix monitor that I was talking about. That's the newest one they got sitting out here. I have yet to be able to really extensively play with this monitor. everybody I've talked to, that has messed with it, they said it's better than ones, over the life packs. This total cost is $68,316.51. But that's kind of where they're gonna start going. That also includes the service warranty on that one. And then this last one you'll see sitting there is Striker quote. The Striker quote sitting at $236,189.80. That includes 4 brand new monitors. That's the new Striker, the new LifePak Flex monitors. They're all fully touchscreen. That includes it says 4 monitors. That also includes 2 of your Lucas devices. This is a lease agreement through Striker. On the very, very last page, you'll see. So with this agreement, what we're looking at is, we pay an X amount of cost. So if we did a 5 annual payments, it's $54,000 some change. But everything relies on them. They have to pay everything. If it breaks down, it's on them. If it batteries, it's on them. Whatever we need, it's on them. Once it's over with, we can go from there. So with that, as you'll see, to save y'all sitting there doing math, total truck cost that we're looking at is $746,000. The Sunbelt cost is $98,393.95. NAPCO cost is $49,421. Argo Power is $3,800. What you do not see is the one close for $349. That is a 6-tool combo set. It comes with the things that we need. That eliminates a lot of the other going pick and choosing. It's a craftsman set, but I've used them for going on 3 years now. Haven't had an issue. It also comes with 2 spare batteries and the chargers that we're sitting at. Your total equipment cost just for the outfit, the truck, is $151,964. The truck and your equipment is sitting at $897,964, and that's not including your monitors or your Lucas devices. If you want to get to that, I got that built there. On what it would cost for 1 Lucas device, 2 Lucas devices with the X series, with a Zoll, Xenix, however y'all want to. If you want to know those numbers, that's just random. It's just me sitting down, kind of figuring all this stuff out. I will say that, like I said, we don't have the service plan. If we do choose to go with the Zolls, that's highly suggest to get a service plan. It's going to save us a ton of money. Right now, we need new batteries. We're 3 years into the Zolls. I look at the exact purchase dates on those. So it's about time to start rotating some batteries through. Your Striker quote, that is a lease option. The Xenix monitor is a lease option. The X series and the Lucas devices are not. If we go strictly to Lucas devices, we're looking at $24,000. That includes the equipment, 2 spare batteries, and the charge and stuff. So if we do we'll say the X series and a Lucas device, our total cost is, just a rough estimate of about $60,000 for just those 2.
So quick question for you. So do y'all prefer Zoll or LifePak?
So I speak for myself. I am a Zoll guy. That's what I've always used, Zoll. A lot of guys that work here, they run LifePaks at Birmingham or their other job. Trust also runs LifePaks. I don't care. Every one of them said they would be happy one way or the other. I think they are more comfortable with LifePaks. The difference between LifePak and Zoll, in my opinion, is Zoll is it gives you a better view when it comes to 12 leads. It's a little easier to operate in difficult situations. The LifePaks are wonderful. They are very quick to use. They are a little bit finicky when it comes to normal things. But outside of that, that's why continuous updates for both sides of them, and working on both of them. I think we've got kind of a mix between everybody on what they would like to have, whether it's keep these goals or want to go with, want to go like that. But I think everybody will be satisfied with either route we choose.
Thank you, Captain.
Yes, ma'am.
You did a great job. I can tell you put a lot of time into this. I appreciate that
Almost
so much.
6 months, but
I
but yeah,
appreciate that so
but
much.
it's needed, so I appreciate it.
So you said truck price 746?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So we're sitting at, I talked
Have you
to,
got a total on just everything that you're wanting to get? You got a total on all of it?
yes, sir.
Minus 110,000.
So,
So everything, life back goals and everything is
so,
1,289,000.
So if we did, so I left the life pack, kind of that's a separate quote for itself. But if we did the total cost of the truck, all the equipment sitting there, and then we went with the, X series with one Lucas device, it's $975,260. We went with two Lucases, we're looking at $999,260. If we went the Xenix route, it's $990,280 with the Lucas.
You said 992.60.
For the two Lucas and the X series? That is correct. Yes, sir.
That's everything you need. Everything that's needed.
Yes, ma'am.
992.60.
Yes.
$992.60.
That's everything you need.
I'm sorry.
$992.60. If we went with two Lucas devices in the X series, that is everything that we need. That is every stitch of equipment that I can think of that's going to put that truck operable without, choosing stupid that is, no reason to have.
The Lucas devices are only needed because we didn't get them last time.
Correct. Yeah, so,
Well, we're gonna do it this time.
And,
Let's just focus on what we need this time. We don't worry about what we did. Let's just focus on what you need right now. And if this is what it's gonna take, and then I'm all for it.
I will say that the quote, that $990,260, just, I know that includes the X series plus two Lucas device. My original quote for the truck and the equipment I needed was $1.3 million. And then due to going and picking and choosing and finding the right places to get this stuff done, to get the most for the least amount, that's what kind of took me a little longer than what I wanted, because I was dissatisfied with some of the stuff I was reading the specs on. So I had to change some things up. Some of you may see it, and it may not make a hill of names, you may not be able to understand it. You'll see on that whole mantra quote. We chose not to go another Ram. There was no reason to go another Ram. Other things, we went with the mini cutter. That is more beneficial for our department than having a second Ram, which are not used as much.
Again, I thank you for this because you went,
Absolutely.
got the estimates, brought back what you actually bring back, showed everything that's needed for the fire department. So I thank you for that. But this will be a goal for me.
And this
Thank you.
$990,260 with the two Lucas and the Zoll X series, this includes that, warranty or maintenance package.
It includes the 5-year service. I cannot get the 5-year service or the 4-year service plan on the other. I've asked about it. They kind of gave me the, this time over the, actually warranty. I'm still pushing for it, just people can't get it. But I don't think that's going to be we're trying to go on with it.
Good job, Captain Day.
Thank you, man. Anything else? I appreciate it.
I appreciate you doing this.
Absolutely.
Next topic on the agenda is the ASTAR service proposal for consideration. Brad, if you'd like to speak to it real quick, while you do that.
Let me just pull this up on my phone here.
Take your time.
So yeah, you guys have, seen the proposal that, Paystar has submitted. Paystar is the utility billing company that, we have had some experience with. They've got 650 customers across the United States. They're primarily, really concentrated in the Southeast. They are, cloud-based, which is, top of the line, system. The mayor's looked at it. I think from an operational standpoint and a reporting standpoint, it kind of has a lot more functionality. The goal would be to get more customers signed up on electronic bill pay, so that costs every month, print out the mailers, and it's supposed to be easier for the customer to use, so that cuts down on calls into the office. It doesn't cost the city money to move over to Paystar. The cost is paid by the customer, and that's the way it's done currently. And I think the proposal is probably cheaper than what you're using now. I don't know what the other services using.
Another part is the auto pay. Like we've had issues with auto pay and with the current provider that is affecting us that are not prevalent here.
Yeah, so I think this is hopefully going to fix the problems that you've been having with the current provider, and I don't even know what their name is. But,
Any questions about Paystar or the presentation? No question. Hey, can you update on the bond process or the as far as the preparation and anything else you need from us for that?
So the bond lawyer has sent an information request. Once we have not received that back.
Okay.
There's some things that we have to get from the County Revenue Commissioner's office, and we've gotten all that information. That's like the top 10 Avon taxpayers, what the assessed value is, which flows into how much the city's borrowing limit under state law is governed by the value of the taxable property within the city limit. So we've gotten kind of everything we need. We're just waiting to get that other information from you guys. And then the most important thing to Councilor Ray's questions is to decide on a structure of the financing. So we have run the $3 million scenarios, 20 years for level payments, and then 20 years wraparound. And I've actually, let me pass those out to you guys again. I don't know how many copies I've got, but obviously, the market has changed since this time, but this is close enough for, what you guys need. I've got enough. So just, it might be helpful for y'all just me to explain the process for a second. So we have sent an information request to the city. We didn't take that information and put it in this big document. It's called an official statement. And that's a document that investors are going to use to make an informed decision. And we're going to use that to try to sell your bonds. So they're going to get that and look at who the largest employers are, what your sales tax collections have been over 5 years, and so on and so forth. But also in that document is what you're actually doing. So how much are we borrowing? How long is it going to go for? Is it going to go 30 years? Is it going to go for 10 years, 20 years? Are we doing level payments, or are we taking into account your existing debt? So this one pager has two options. It's a 20-year level debt service structure, and then a 20-year wrap. We call it a wraparound structure. So you've got the 2017 bonds you'll see on the far left, which you're paying about $215,000 to $220,000 a year. that bond is paid from the general fund. The city has another bond issue that's paid from utility funds. This is just the general fund, since we're dealing with a fire truck and we're dealing with a fire station. So you can either have the payments level, like you can see in the blue column there, or in the red column, you can see where the payments are delayed a little bit. You're still paying some small amounts of principal for the first 9 or 10 years, and then it picks up. But what that does is, in the gray column, that's what the new payment would be after the new issue. So in the blue scenario, if you do it level now, you're gonna have higher payments right off the bat. So your payment would be $240,000 a year higher than what it is now. Or you do a delayed wraparound structure and your payments would go up $140,000 to $150,000 a year. So there's a $100,000 difference over the first 10 years if you do level or if you do wrap. Obviously, the more you delay paying principal back, the more interest you pay. So the question is it a cash flow issue now? So can you afford to make the higher payment because it's cheaper to pay your debt down faster? Or do we need to delay the payback a little bit to help cash flow? I think you've got the flexibility to do either. There's not a right or wrong decision here. This is a matter of, if you're comparing it to personal finance, do you do a 10-year mortgage or do you do a 30-year mortgage? Do we delay our payments or do we just go ahead and start attacking it as fast as we can? So I think, personally, knowing the city's finances, I like the level scenario because in 10 years, your payments drop. So you can come back and do another bond issue if you need to as you're growing. If you do the wrap scenario, your payment is level for the next 20 years. So that's just something to consider.
Don't let me oversimplify it, but could you basically 10 years is a period like when you issue bonds, like don't make changes for 10 years, but after 10 years you can kind of reconsider. I'll say refinance the house, but could you dive into that a little bit?
That's correct. So almost all municipal bonds will have a 10-year call option. So that means you can call the bonds in 10 years. You can refund them, refinance them, and then issue new bonds to pay off the old bonds. So yeah, it's just like a refinance on a mortgage. The investors are guaranteed 10 years to receive that investment income, and then the city has the right to, you can restructure it at that point. But so outside of what we need is the council needs to decide on what you're doing or what you're not doing. Whether it's 3 million or 2 million or is it 5 million? And then is it, if the amounts are different, we can rerun all these scenarios again. It's not a problem. So I think, what my message is that the council just needs to decide on what it is you want to do. And, we can get ready, get the documents ready, and then just kind of hold until you guys are comfortable moving forward. I would not the next step after we get the documents ready and you decide on the structure of the bond issue is to go to the rating agency. So we will send this information to Standard & Poor's and they'll review all this information and we'll be kind of leading the charge on answering their questions and giving the presentation with the mayor. And then once we get the rating back, then we'll be ready to sell bonds. Once we sell bonds, we will come back to the council with an ordinance, either the same day or the next day after we sell the bonds. And hopefully, we've never had this happen, but hopefully by that point, everybody's on the same page. We don't want to go out and sell bonds and then come to you guys for approval and say, oh, no, sorry. And then, you know, what happens the next time we go back tomorrow, you know, get these investors, they're never gonna touch the market again. We don't want that. We don't want that in St. Clair County. You know, that would have some wider ramifications than just the city of Martin. You know, my phone number's on there. Call me if somebody wants to go to lunch and just ask questions. I'm happy to do whatever it is we need to do to get everybody on the same page. I heard, you know, the presentation several times now on fire truck, and that's exciting. And if there's anything that I can do to be helpful, as you guys kind of narrow the scope of options down, please let me know. That is what we're here to do. But hopefully that kind of explained the process a little bit. And so the reimbursement resolution is on the agenda for tonight. And the reason why that I feel like is important to the city is if this bond issue gets delayed and you got to make a payment for the fire truck, or you got to do, you know, something on the firehouse project, you guys can do that and not worry about reimbursing yourself once you do the long-term financing. And if you ultimately decide not to reimburse yourself, you don't. There's no harm. This just puts it satisfies the U.S. Treasury tax laws as it relates to tax-exempt bond proceeds. So if you're borrowing tax-exempt money, you're getting a better rate than what other people can borrow at. And so in exchange for that, you've got to follow the tax rules, and this is part of that process. And as it relates to the, you know, putting belts and suspenders around the spending of the bond money, we can put in the ordinance when we come back, and we can get the ordinance to you well in advance of this, so it's not, you know, we can all comment on it. But we could put in there the specific projects, and maybe, you know, I'm not a lawyer, but maybe an option would be to have the council pass a resolution if proceeds need to change, if the use of proceeds need to change. You know, that's up to you guys, but that's maybe an option. And that's typically how we've seen, you know, that happens a lot. You borrow for a project, bids come in, it's different. And if there's leftover money, usually the bond lawyers will ask the council to pass a resolution, and that kind of establishes a paper trail in the event that the bond issue were to get audited by the IRS. So you don't want to be in a position where you went out and spent a bunch of money, bond money, on projects that weren't in the scope of the ordinance. So, and we can hold the money separate too from all the other funds of the city, and that would be required by bond council for tax purposes. Sorry for taking so long.
No, that's a great explanation. Thank you. All right, next topic on the agenda are the bridge repairs. And so we had a quote for some concrete beams to put in the bridge, and we basically $40,000 for the beams, and that didn't even include the decking or the rest of the bridge. And so in your package, you have a letter from the city engineer, the county engineer, talking about repairs to the cross drain. And so they have to repair just work on the cross drain that comes out where that bridge is. And so we don't want to impede them or block them from being able to do what they need to do. But also the quote was significantly more than the current bridge. Questions or concerns about those quotes? All right, hearing that, we'll talk about the fencing at Dillard Park and Wilson Park. And so David provided some quotes for adding fence around the basketball courts at both parks. And you have those in your packet. It's like $11,000 for. Do a good job forgetting which one, but 14,400 for one and 11,000 for the other, 11,600 for the other. This money is for the most part still in the budget for the Parks and Rec, which I want to present these quotes to you. Any questions or concerns about adding fencing around the basketball courts? And then, lastly, there's some quotes for, paving the parking lots at the storm shelters on, South Hillcrest and on, Rockcrest. And so, so South Hillcrest would be roughly 50,000. Actually, did you talk to David get those, or did he talk to Jason himself? So, did you talk to, Massey Asphalt for those quotes, or David? Okay. I have to check on if the quote. It's not clear on the quote, but I don't think Massey typically does not include the material in that, so typically the material would be double that, so I would assume, it's gonna be closer to 100,000 for South Hillcrest, pave that parking lot, and about 80,000 for the Rockcrest storm shelter, paving that parking lot. South Hillcrest is currently a gravel parking lot basically, and like trying to get somebody out with a wheelchair or any kind of special needs, and it's going to be trouble getting them across that lot into the storm shelter. And then Rockcrest is just Alabama clay parking lot, and so you probably get them to the storm shelter, but everybody would be a muddy mess by the time they got in. So we're going to for opportunities for grants for this as well, but it's just something we want council to consider and be thinking about. Any questions or concerns about that? Okay, hearing none, one slight variation as part of the comment, and as we get there, the guys from EG have an update for Smith Farms, and so I will let them give their brief update about Smith Farms. And nothing to take action on tonight, I don't believe, but they just wanted to give us an update.
Hey, my name is Thomas Ziegler. I'm with Smith Douglas Homes. I'm the land acquisition manager. Just here to talk about Sadie Farms, which was recently annexed into the city of Marvin. And so our plan there is really just to replicate what we're doing over in the Pines and Sterling Grove as well. We're building homes in there. For those two communities, we did not develop the land. This would be our first venture in Margaret to do a self-development where we could tailor the land how we like, and just want to get comments from this board and see what you would like in future communities, and just get any feedback, if any. So again, we're just trying to replicate what we're doing over the Pines.
Just real quick, did you say, so it's the same farms now?
Samey Ridge, I'm sorry.
Samey Ridge, yeah. Okay, sorry. It's always proposed as Smith Farms, so, okay.
Yeah, and I think there's a Smith Farms right next to it, so just to avoid some confusion, we changed the name to it, Samey Ridge.
Okay. So there's a lot of green space and obviously a creek running through the back of the property, and they mentioned having some bridges and creating some trails back there. Is that still part of the?
Absolutely. So it's important to us to have some type of natural area. We're with 145 homes planned. We definitely want to give the residents somewhere to go. There's a beautiful creek down there. Needs some brush to be cleaned up, so there will be some work just trying to get people down to that area. But it is something that we're planning to do to give the residents just walking trails. It's something everyone can use. You know, a playground can only be used for a certain amount of time, and we love putting those in, but you get to a certain age where you never go to those things again until you got grandkids, right? Yep. So the walking trails for us seem to be something that everyone in the community can enjoy.
Probably terrain challenges there too, but
there are, yeah, we did a wetlands delineation, so we had a specialist come out and kind of navigate the area, because there is a lot of terrain, a lot of dips, and some areas that are considered wetlands. And so working with him, we have designed a site plan to work around those areas, trying to trying not to impact the wetlands as much, trying to avoid them as much as possible.
Anyone have any questions or concerns?
Your proposed development, you talking about adding sidewalks and common areas and so on and so forth?
Yeah, common areas are important to us. If sidewalks are a thing that the city would like to see, it's definitely something we could put in there. Typically, sidewalks on both sides of the street can add to the cost of the homes, and we're trying to do affordable homes. But from that aspect of it, if the city would like to see sidewalks, we're more than welcome to put them in, and we do that across several communities. And so that's something that you just hearing feedback, it's something we could definitely consider and be willing to do.
The nature trails will count as that community space, right?
Yeah, and typically that's a crush and run, maybe some railroad ties on the side to keep it from washing. But yeah, typically we try to focus on the natural amenities and leave everything preserved. But yeah, we'll be back before you here shortly, and I just wanted to get any comments, and I'll give you all my cards before we end the session, and anyone behind me that wants to talk about the project, we'd love to talk to you. Appreciate it. Thank y'all so much.
So we'll move into the public comment, and during this time, I'll reiterate again that it's a 3-minute limit on the public comment, so let's keep it short and tight, and but this time we do only have one person who signed up, so Tampa.
Mr. Hammer.
Get a call. Switch the music.
Hold on a second, we'll wait till they return. How are you doing today?
Good. How about you?
Doing good. I think a lot of comments about respect, and I think that's important, right?
Absolutely. Two-way street.
That's right.
Like respecting my request for public records.
Yeah, got a bunch of certified letters returned to us, refused. Emails went out, certified letters went out. I don't know, maybe you should talk about the song for a minute while we're like.
Well, my song tonight was going to be from Steelers Wheel, Stuck in the Middle with You.
I always like that. Reminds me of, I should talk about something.
Yeah, the interesting about it, the thing about that band is, if you look at it, it was a perfect example of a group that threw it all away. They had everything, some incredible talent, and most of them went on to be incredible talent on their own. But history of turmoil and dissension. Could have easily been a great success, but they were one album wonder with one hit.
But it's catchy.
So I guess while we're waiting, a couple other things, you guys, 4th of July, can't say enough about it. All right, it went real well. By all accounts, a flaming success, including a little fire on the back of the trailer. Just one little fire. It's all right. We had highly qualified people who took care of that little fire. So
It really met a bunch of needs that I've been worried about for years. I mean, we're able to fire the fireworks remotely without having to have anybody near it unless something called fireworks.
what's going to happen if that property ever gets developed? What are we going to do 4th of July?
Well, it's a great possibility. Like they've already taped it off or marked it for surveying. The property across from, or behind the mini storage, across from, basically down the hill from it there. It's Army Corps of Engineers is supposed to do a bound reclamation.
The remediation site.
That's right. That could be 8 to 9 acres of 1 to 2 degree grade property that the city already owns the majority of already.
Very nice.
So I'm hopeful there will be another location. A lot of potential, like flat ground in a city like ours is a commodity.
Exactly.
And the developers know that it takes a lot of money to turn hills into flat land.
Or just make it even buildable.
That's right. Do appreciate your input always. Without hearing the feedback publicly, it's hard to adjust and.
And they're not meant to be personal attacks. If they were, we direct them as such. I'd direct them as such, but they're not. I think my last words in this fellow were to congratulate him on her leadership St. Clair. So it's not personal. It's business.
Oh, that's right. Appreciate everybody's patience. One more. We'll be ready. Just as a reminder for everyone that, put in your request to be on the agenda. There's a portal or the page on the website, and, or you can email the city clerk, and, you'll be put on the next agenda for a speaking time at the end of the work session. And it's important because part of the reason we delay topics from one meeting to the next, so the public has time to learn about them, hear about them, and request to be heard about them. And then we moved it to the end of the work session before the council meeting, so the council had time to hear that public input before the actual vote. And so just super important that everybody be heard. All right. Is that clear?
All right.
Thank you. Go for it.
No problem. So, good evening, Commissioners. Laid before you tonight are some major sea change items of legislation. The types that allow this city to have continued success as we grow, allow for development, and to safely assure the safety, health, and welfare of our citizens, our visitors, and our businesses for years to come. So I'd like to talk tonight about 260402, the water tower. Water tower is important for future growth. We've already heard about, I think, almost about 200 homes between two folks who have already spoken this evening. It's important because we need adequate water supply and water pressure to meet state and federal drinking water codes and to ensure that our fire department has water on the day when they need, God forbid, to put somebody's house out. Those tools are required, and the next tool I'd like to talk about is 2026-0706. I've spoken about this before. You heard tonight from Captain Davis. Professionals have spoken about this. It's time to resolve the issue with the apparatus. All right. And that starts with authorizing the bond council and the ability to potentially front city funds. And my point there is that if we are unable to come to a consensus on the total price of the truck, can we possibly think about putting some money down as a down payment so we can get a production spot, and that allows us some runway to work through whether we buy brand A, brand B, whatever it might be. As General Patton said, a good plan violently executed today is better than a perfect plan executed next week. So he also said take calculated risks and don't be rash. So I don't think this is a rash decision. I think that you've heard from the experts at Margaret Fire, you've heard from the chief, you've heard from the folks that build fire trucks. We're at a point tonight where bold vision and courage can establish this council as something we can all be proud of. And courage is the fuel for taking action when things get tough. And tonight shouldn't be tough decisions. It's my prayer you'll unite for all of Margaret and move this forward. Which brings me to my second point, and we talked briefly about it while a few were out of the room. Saturday, May 2nd, I made a public records request. We're 79 days into it. We haven't heard a word. I know we're coming up on 3 minutes, and I don't want to violate Councilman Ray's ask of you. My ask of you is, you're good enough to ask for 3-minute time limit from the mayor. Where do I get my respect on my public records request?
We're listening to you, just like we do every meeting. We're listening to you just like we do every meeting.
And yet here I stand with no public information.
As elected officials, we have an obligation to meet those needs, and it's important to show their respect and fulfill those requests.
Man, who records do you already have?
I have your city phone, Samantha and my phones, and that's it so far.
Well, who else up here has a city phone?
So Jonathan has a city phone, but it's not just city phone. It's your personal phone.
Oh, you will never get my personal phone.
No,
That's a
you won't never
no-no.
get that.
You never get
Forget
my
that.
personal phone.
You want my debit card too?
You can get
Yeah.
what the city of Marvin pays for, and what I communicate with the citizens on from that. You had this iPad and you had the cell phone from the city of Marvin, but you won't ever get this. What you need to do is subpoena me, subpoena my cell phone and subpoena this. But go ahead and subpoena, and you still won't get it, because I don't talk to anyone on my personal cell phone. You can't, who under attack here? I mean, who stole something here? Who has communicated something that we should communicate on our personal cell phone? Who has done that up here? Have you did it, Councilman McIntyre? What about you, Councilwoman Davis? What about you, Councilman Ray? Mr.
No, I don't
James,
even
we
get
know you
nothing.
hadn't, because you don't even use
I don't
your
even get
regular
no
cell phone.
information, so.
And I know I haven't.
You don't
So
even-
what's the need
you
of
don't even
asking
get
a public
emails.
record for our
Yeah, I
personal
don't even
cell
get it.
phone?
I don't even get emails from it.
I don't give a rat's tail what residents ask for it. You will not get my
Well, that's the
personal cell
stupidest thing
phone.
I've ever heard of.
My
Some
personal
resident
cell
say, I want
phone
your
is
cell phone.
This phone right here,
I mean,
I
that's the
use for
stupidest
my
thing. He's just stupid.
career. Why would I give you the records that I talk to my clients on my phone?
Because he's an idiot.
Absolutely not. Take me to court, subpoena me, and subpoena my cell phone record. That's the only way that you'll get it. Subpoena me.
I mean, you're
Subpoena me, because I'm not giving you my personal cell phone. You want me to give you my personal cell phone that I talk to my clients on my career or my family? Absolutely not. Take me to court. Ma'am, you always got something to say. Come to the podium and say it. Don't sit back there and come up here to say it. You can hit it again, but you don't hit it when they're disrespectful to us. You come up here and say that. Whatever you need to say, come stand right here. Sign up, and then you can respond. But don't sit back there and respond. And I meant what I said. I'm not giving my personal cell phone. That's it.
please come to order.
Man, why?
I think that it's pretty clear.
No, it's not clear. Make it clear for me.
You're disrupting the
I'm
quorum
not
and being
disrupting
disorderly.
anything. It's okay for him to say that he wants to subpoena. He want our personal cell phone.
That's his right as a
It's
citizen.
not his right to want what's in my personal cell phone.
All right, so
Attorney Irwin, can I get a personal request of your cell phone?
They can only request information that's related to the city of Marvin.
Absolutely.
Their official capacity.
Absolutely. Say it again.
You have a privacy right to your own personal.
Absolutely.
There you go. There you go.
but if that personal device was used.
How would you know if it was you?
If a personal device was used, then anything that you've got on there that was used for the city of Marvin, like let's say someone sent you, let's say one of the council persons sent you a text message. Then that text message, you could print it off of your phone
That's it.
and bring it to us, and then we can produce it.
Now, if we have a city cell phone, why don't we use our personal phone to have any conversation?
At the end of the day, it's what was used for city business, and it just boils down to the request was pretty simple. It should be pretty simple, and I mean, I had no issue, but it was also the reason we were giving out city phones. So this was all city business was conducted on city.
I'll be glad to share it when you share this, the city's checking registry with the rest of us.
Glory.
I think I put that on the screen before. When
That's what
council
you
had
put
it.
in. We want
advise-
where extra come from the bank.
There's
Have
been
you
a
ever-
public records request, so I would say anything about that needs to be discussed in an executive session, not a statement that you're going to defy.
Well,
You have mine? Did you get mine?
the city phone, yes,
Okay. Did you get the iPad too?
that's the same thing.
Okay, but did you get it?
Yeah.
Okay, then that's it.
So, my role is just to fill the information request, but the, false point, this whole conversation was definitely not gonna play well. With that, we'll adjourn the, work session and take a brief, 5-minute break, and then we'll reconvene for the, regular council meeting.
Yes. Councilman. You don't get myself.
Yeah.
My mama said she couldn't even get it. She got it.
No, ain't nobody getting the phone. Talk to man on that phone about city business. We need his phone. Don't we?
Just want to give y'all my business card in case y'all had any questions about our.
I got a big question.
Yes.
So at the beginning of this development, at the entrance,
Yes, sir.
Yeah, what's the entrance going to look like?
Yes. Now the entrance, it would more than likely need some turn lanes coming in.
is there room for a fire station at the beginning?
There's room. There is room.
That's the question I was going to ask.
Can you show them the map? And there, in my opinion, and he's the engineer. He's supposed to be a smart one of the group. So there is room.
They're all the same, so yeah.
So on this parcel that you're seeing, there's a layout of our.
Okay, let me find Sandy Road.
This is on Sandy Road. So about.
Where's Sandy Road?
Yes, sir.
Is this it?
Yes, sir. That's
This is
Sandy.
Road, okay.
Yes, sir. And it kind of.
This is the entrance here.
Yes, sir. So it loops around. Now, what you're seeing is there is a bridge, a small bridge that's there, and there's a parcel that's right here that gets you into this area. Yes, and so all this space that is
It's
up
on the
for the
other side of
cities.
the creek.
That's correct.
It's on this side of the
And
creek.
so what we want to discuss is with us currently, the only way to take benefit of this parcel right here is to go and acquire some additional parcels. But before we go and inquire to those future these landowners here if they want to sell or not, because ultimately we would need some additional parcels to do a development like this. Before taking that approach, we wanted to reach out to the city and walk the property and see if there's any need for property to be donated to the city. That could be. And that's for my guy right here to answer, because the lines are really hard to read on this one.
Yeah, yes, there's just about, yeah. So, I mean, it's.
Let me pull it up on
I'm
my.
draw this in there, okay?
So
Yeah,
just
the
all
fire station's right here.
That's $79.95 right there.
Do what's that?
$79.95. That's what he just charged you.
Hey, and so one thing we have done and we're doing right now in the city of Margaret is we developed a community where we have parceled off for the future fire station for the city of Kimberly. So we have a community called Jersey Park, and inside that community, the city of Kimberly wanted a fire station. We had the land for it, and so we donated that property for them to. They don't have a fire station there.
I mean,
they're only
not only going to
on the front
help,
side.
it's going to help y'all too.
Oh, it's going to help everybody.
We have Isabel down here with all this.
Yep.
Now that gets us back up here to Brookhaven and everything on this side of the track.
That's
on
right.
That side of the railroad track. So
That's right.
We're good over here on this side.
And look, one thing that's worth considering for this board, I hear what the fire department's saying, and I think what a smart move would be is implementing some type of permit fee for each permit that the builder pulls. If you were to implement some,
Right now we've got impact fees.
right, and so you could have a fee that's dedicated to the fire department, to your schools, or whoever you want to dedicate it to, and whether it be $100, $200,
that permit that we pull for each house can go to things of that nature. So definitely want to, we're all for that type of thing too. So
Now these lots are 55s or 60s?
no, so these are a mix of 60s and 70s.
Yes.
So ultimately, some of your cul-de-sac lots, they're going to be bigger lots. But for the most part, I think the depth of them is 120 deep, and the width is about 62. So it would be very similar to what you're seeing at the Pines at Ridgefield if you go to that community. And it has been a great success for us, and so we're just trying to replicate that.
And the runoff will be like basically those are not there. It'll be the same. So all these detention ponds, detention pond, it'll accommodate for the additional runoff that all of this development creates. So it'll be like it's the same.
Mm-hmm. Instead of just trying to channel that to the creek, it's important for us. I go fishing myself, love the outdoors, so trying to preserve nature. We have all our storm that's going into a detention pond that will be captured there to make sure any runoff that does come from a development standpoint or a construction standpoint will be channeled into the pond, and then from there slowly discharged into the creek once the sediment discharges. So it'll be a very clean development, and we're very proud of our other developments where we're doing that. This is one of the benefits when the builder can develop a piece of property. He really takes into account what's needed to keep the preservation of the community.
So is this Smith Farms right?
Yeah, that is Smith Farms, and so that's right. And we would call this Smith Farms if there wasn't already a Smith Farms. They got it first. They got it first.
No, that's
Yes.
And even
the only thing I got to look at right here is coming over the hill and around the curve.
Well, one of the things that we can talk about is I think there's a road that cuts through here that can get you over to here. So just say, for instance, I can't tell you what this topography looks like right here, but I can tell you if it's something that the city wanted to put a fire station on, we would not have a problem prepping that area, getting it flat, getting it to where we need to, and then stabilizing it for ready whenever y'all are ready for the use.
Now we talking vinyl siding, exteriors?
No, yeah. So it's hardy siding is what we choose to go for. Unfortunately, vinyl is cheaper, but man, when you go to weed eat, you hit a rock and you knock a hole in your vinyl. So we typically have a little bit brick, a little bit of stone on the front with hardy surrounding.
We give 60s and 70s.
Oh yeah.
And this is something.
This is just what.
Well, and we can take it a step further. We can meet with the fire department, just get their layouts, or if y'all have that on what their specs were as far as a fire station. We've worked with.
Well, we want this to look like what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Look like this sticking up.
That's right. That's right.
We want this to just blend right into what you're doing.
Oh, well, absolutely. I mean, who doesn't want to live close to a fire station, right? I mean, I just got a newborn, and the thought of having a fire station close by is really, it's peace. It's peace for sure. I just wanted to drop that by y'all, and we can, there's my card there. I'm going to talk to your fire department and just make sure, get some specs from them on what they'd like to see.
What are y'all looking at starting?
Well, we got to get these guys to finish some plans, so just wanted to get with y'all before we finalize any plans. I'll make sure we stop that. Okay.
I'm so sorry, Brandon. I got thank you so much. All right, everyone. Good counsel and
You know what that is? That's
Oh, yeah.
It's, connected to, what, this is to bring that up. Then you get like 220 gallon wind. Yes. It just puts another feed in the market. No, you didn't. Hey,
Yes, sir.
That's personal conversation. Talking about it. Right. I talk to you. To my phone. That's personal conversation. So you're willing.
Yeah, I would get some clarification from this dog.
You're right.
It's at the state.
And
And the bid.
So I need this stuff. We need this stuff.
So I would say we get some
All right.
clarification.
Thank you everyone again for being here tonight.
But I already knew what I meant.
Go ahead and call this regular meeting of the City Council of St. Margaret to order. Mr. Barker, will you read this open prayer?
Please, Mr. Bob.
Being good to us and take care of us. Continue to pray for our nation and especially our city. Pray for our leaders. Mrs. Mayor and council, please give them wisdom and direction, lead us in the way it pleases you. In Christ's name.
Amen.
Please pray for our pledge. Salute. Pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Real quick before we hop into the roll call, I just wanted to, there's some technological struggles with council, so I've got bank statements for the last couple of years for the people who can't check emails.
We can check them, they ain't been in there.
Check the email, just check the rest.
They ain't been in there.
We can check it. And don't try to make a mockery out of this. Thank you for that. Thank you so much.
So.
Is this Metro Bank too, or just,
Should be most everything up to last month, we prepared the last month, and we're waiting for all the, waiting for the complaint. Also, I'm passing out.
Waiting for what complaint?
Exactly the one that came earlier. Passing out here, these are, since no one on council responded to the, with the list of applicants, this is one of the top candidates for the, city clerk job from both the skill assessment and not, as was mentioned earlier, this is a critical need that we've been playing on too long, so.
we don't need you to make these decisions, this is a state mandated that we make these decisions.
Not you. You
Not
don't get
you.
to choose who's top
As sooner or later,
candidate.
you'll realize legally, this is not about you.
But now you wanna make us be quiet.
Yeah,
You came out
you started the
there.
conversation.
You started it, man.
I'm giving you the
You
information.
handed us one resume. You said that we had 40 applicants. And then when you sent us the applicants, you redact the name.
Yeah.
But why?
Why do you need a name to assess, an application?
Okay,
for
stop
their
right there.
merit?
Let me ask you this. Every other applicant that's ever applied, have you ever redacted their names from the rest of the situations? Have you ever?
That's not the point.
No, that is the point.
No, it's
That
not.
is the point. This is not the Matt Tortorici show.
We're
This
trying
is the
to-
city council, it's
We're trying to
legally,
We're trying to avoid
Yeah, but
bias.
why do you get the
see,
talk and
you
you
get
don't
a
do
talk,
that?
chair.
that don't matter. That doesn't matter.
No.
Hit it till it breaks, we don't
I
care.
tell you what.
It don't matter.
I'm gonna file. I
Go
mean, I'm
ahead.
gonna do a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
Call roll for us, please. And this is why we can't get anything done. But you wanna do it your way. This is not your way. We were voted in. You don't get to choose one applicant and then give it to us.
Hit it
That's
again.
not what you
Till
get
it
to do.
breaks.
You
Hit it
have
one
40
time.
people to apply.
Calling
We
you to
don't
order.
have anybody.
We've already had a motion in the second.
I know, that discussion.
And that's just not how it goes, man. That's why we don't move forward, because you want to do it your way.
Calling you to order for the second time,
You can call me to order the
Please.
third and fourth,
please.
but that's not gonna stop.
Why are
me
you
from
acting
coming.
this way?
because you wanted to go your way, and that's not how it is.
I addressed.
City clerk,
I addressed your questions. I gave you documents.
you gave us one applicant. We had 40 applicants. You gave us one. This is who you chose.
I have every right to recommend a recommendation.
This is not your position.
I made a recommendation. I did not appoint.
Do you want to read him the city ordinance that
Please.
is law in the state of Alabama?
Oh my God, why should we not
That
have
states-
Application for a review. I did not make an appointment. I did not put the person in. I gave
one
you the application.
applicant? We had 40 people to apply.
There's still 40 applicants.
When we gonna get him?
When we gonna get him?
When we gonna
We
get him?
had 14 days. If you go back and look, we had 14 days he was supposed to run the ad. We ran the ad. We ran the ad and we never addressed it again. And then what we found out was that he hired a city clerk assistant. That's what we found out.
That's his friend. That's his friend. We didn't even
And
post.
so what
We didn't even
happens
post the
is
job.
We sitting up here arguing about something that we want to have control of, but what we want is it to be done right. And so what happens is the citizens feel like we can't get along.
We have-
When in reality, we can.
We have the
It's
opportunity.
just you.
We have the opportunity to turn this around and continue this meeting. So I just need a motion to revoke this.
The only way we can continue this meeting is that your inadequate behavior changes. No one up here has said anything incorrectly, has acted out or anything, and your behavior has bestowed every bit of the situation that's currently ongoing.
I do believe I directly answered your question. You asked for the
You
bank
threw
statement.
things
You did
down
not-
in
you did
front.
not- you did
Are you
not
gonna let
have
me
anything-
talk?
No.
Because I have the
You
floor.
didn't ask for the
See,
floor.
that's what I'm saying.
You
That's
did
what I'm
not.
saying.
You did not ask for
Prove me
the floor,
wrong.
and I'm talking. I delivered you the documents that you asked for. I delivered you a resume because you said we needed to address this immediately. Did you not?
What?
It's.
I said resumes.
Is this another one of your friends?
You have gotten all the resumes. No one has replied in 2 weeks. With this.
Attorney, can you kind of take over, please?
Please, let's we
Attorney,
have an option.
Attorney Irwin, can you take up, because we hired you. So can you go ahead and take over?
You're not the chair, I'm the chair.
Attorney, can you please take over?
We're either gonna vote or we're gonna modify
the agenda
Yeah.
and start arguing about stuff that's not on the agenda.
Agreed.
Well,
Well,
why
this-
did he come out and do this?
This wasn't on
Was
the
this
agenda.
okay for him to do this?
You
That
asked,
should be, was this okay for him to do this?
you
For
asked
him
for,
to come out and just slam this down like this,
You asked
and then
for the
slam this down. But that's not, it's okay for him to do that. But the moment that I raised my voice a little bit,
you
or
asked,
Councilman Ray raised his voice a little bit, and we keep over talking him and don't pay him any attention, we are wrong. But he goes, it's all right for him to come out to do this. And it's all right for him to redact 40 applicants and come out and give us one. It's okay for him to hire his friend who just graduated from school to the city clerk assistant position. It's okay for him to do this. It's okay for him to give raises and not say anything to us up here. It's okay for him to write checks to other municipalities to pay out God knows what and don't run it past the city council. It's okay for him to do all that. But the moment that we start talking like this, it's not okay. And in the minute, it's going to reflect that I was angry, I was speaking in an aggressive tone. It's going to use that. And when I say something to him, it's going to say that I reprimanded him, which I didn't reprimand him. I corrected him. And correction and reprimand does not mean the same thing. So, no. But he can do all of this. He can do all of this. He can hire who he want to hire. He can do what he want to do, and nothing gets said and done. But the moment that we do it, it's something said. Okay. Let it be a Matt Tortorisa show. Let it be. And we just sit here. But when the city goes into bankruptcy and we don't have any money, then they're going to blame city council because we did not step in. But the moment that we attempt to step in to correct or rectify something, we're wrong. But I tell you what, let them do it. And we'll just sit here.
we have an option to continue to do business and revoke. the-
It's your show, do what you like. And we're just gonna follow along.
Is that a motion?
Do it. No, it's not a motion.
We have a-
You don't
we
need
have-
a motion. You do what you
We are in
like.
discussion for motion to
You
adjourn.
don't need a motion.
I don't even think we've got to a motion to adjourn because we haven't even had a roll call to start the meeting.
That's
We
correct.
haven't even started the meeting.
That's exactly
Well,
correct.
so where we at here?
So everything y'all were talking about isn't even the meeting yet because we haven't even had a roll
That's
call.
correct. So he was wrong. He triggered this. He came out and did this, but he didn't expect this response.
I
That's
want,
all.
yeah, I just want to be clear that I answered their question and gave them the.
But why did you
documents
not
that
wait till the meeting actually got started? Because you were so anxious to come out here and do it, because that's what you do. You do everything in impulse. I gotta get it done now because she said something about it. There you go, read it. Because you're so anxious and don't act on impulse.
No, I
That's
provided
exactly what you do.
provided you with the information.
Yeah,
you
but
requested.
was it needed at that time?
It was asked for, so I
No,
provided
but
it.
it wasn't needed at that time, man. It wasn't the time to do it.
I emailed it.
No,
I
it
emailed
wasn't.
you everyone.
I can answer it for you. No, it wasn't.
So,
Can I ask that we,
You can ask whatever you
No, I
want
was
to
gonna
ask,
ask, can we-
Councilwoman Davis. You can.
can we get Captain Davis back out to
I
go back
would love
over?
Captain Davis to come back out and go over, since we can't agree on anything, but we
Yeah.
did agree on it. And the mayor said we was kicking it down the road.
So if-
But Captain Davis, if you can come out, I mean, we need to take the road. I'm sorry. Don't let me take over.
All we need to do is do a roll call vote and then start going over the items on the agenda.
Yes, sir.
So we get to whatever it is either approve it or not approve it, and then move on.
so roll call vote.
Just
A roll call.
Councilperson Chapman.
Here.
Councilperson Bell.
Present.
Councilperson McIntyre.
Here.
Councilperson Davis. Here. Mayor Pro Tem Ray.
Here.
Mayor Louise.
Here. So I'm looking for, entertained motion to approve the consent agenda.
Oh, you're gonna, I'm trying to, we need to amend the agenda? Is there anything anybody needs to put on there? And then what, you say how you start?
Yeah, sure, let's, entertain a motion to approve the agenda.
I'm making a motion to amend the agenda.
I second that motion.
To,
You didn't say how.
How you want me to do it?
let's see. To include the city clerk, city attorney, and a resolution for, spending policy.
Looking for a motion to suspend the rules, modify that agenda?
You don't need a motion to suspend the rules. You just,
You just brought up 3 topics that were not, there was no information presented beforehand.
okay. That's why you use it's called modifying the agenda. You add to the agenda, or you take away from the agenda. So I made a motion to add to those 3 topics.
Name them again?
You listening this time? City clerk, city attorney, resolution for spending policy.
I second.
Anybody else?
The spending policy, is that what we asked Anthony to send to the Attorney General?
That was an ordinance. This is a resolution.
Do we need the ordinance before the resolution?
You can do the order.
I don't know what the resolution is, because I haven't installed it.
Nobody has.
Okay. And so it hasn't been published, so.
Doesn't have to be published to be on the agenda.
But if you want to pass a resolution that no one's saw,
I said pass it. I said, I mean, you don't pass it the first time anyway, you just discuss it. So just add it. So there's a motion and a second on the table.
Any more discussion? All right, roll call vote.
Councilperson Chapman?
Yeah.
Councilperson Bell?
Of course.
Councilperson McIntyre? Councilperson Davis? I don't understand. Mayor Pro Tem Ray?
Absolutely.
Mayor Louise?
No. So, the agenda is accepted as is with those 3 modifications. So let's take this next to the consent agenda. I'll entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda.
There's still discrepancy with the minutes, so should we,
I haven't seen anything in writing, but I mean, we can still make a motion to approve them or not.
I think there's still some discrepancy, someone feels like that, then we should postpone it until that is ironed out. I know it's a lot, but it's there.
So let's make a motion to remove the minutes from the consent agenda. Awesome. All right, have a motion and a second to remove the minutes from the consent agenda. Any discussion? Okay, roll call vote.
Councilperson Chapman?
Yeah.
Councilperson Bell?
Yes.
Councilperson McIntyre?
Yes.
Tim Ray.
Yep.
Mayor Flores.
Moving on, I'm looking for a motion to, approve the modified consent agenda. With city fuel card policy, city financial management, debt fiscal policy, and city vehicle management policy, and the city social media and IT policy.
I'll make a motion to move forward with this amended.
Approve it.
Yes.
Have a motion. For a second. Hearing none, I'll second the motion. Any discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote.
Councilperson Chapman.
No.
Councilperson Bell.
No.
Councilperson McIntyre. Councilperson Davis. Yes. Mayor Pro Tem Ray.
No.
Mayor Flores.
Yes. Bearing in mind the city financial management debt fiscal policy has helped our, bond agency, our bond rating. And so, but, in your own, next order of business, it's resolution 2026-0402, the Mark Tower property resolution. Looking for a motion to approve, resolution 2026-0402.
I'll make a motion to approve.
All right, Councilman Davis makes a motion to approve the resolution. Looking for a second. Hearing no second, I will second. Any discussion about the water tower property and why we wouldn't move forward with, acquiring the property so that we can plan the next water tower? Any discussion? All right. Hearing none, roll call vote.
Councilperson Chapman.
No.
Councilperson Bell.
No.
Councilperson McIntyre. Councilperson Davis. Yes. Mayor Pro Tem Ray.
No.
Mayor Flores.
Yep. Moving right along, that resolution 2026-0706, the underwriting and bond council for capital improvement projects. For a motion.
Repeat that, please.
Looking for a motion for resolution 2026-0706, the underwriter and bond council for capital improvement projects. This is the reimbursement, resolution.
But it also states that nothing's earmarked or whatever, so I mean, it needs to be,
We haven't gotten to that phase of the project.
I understand, but you can put it in both phases. We discussed that earlier.
This is a boilerplate document, it's not.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Why don't you just make in the motion, put what you guys want in there. So if it's a fire truck and a fire station, then put it in there. And just amend, you guys have this in Word, so we just sent you the format. And so you guys need to, amend it how you want it. And I think at the very beginning, it states vaguely probably what the purposes are for is the fire truck and the fire station in there in that section? Where it says what it's used for? It just says other capital improvement.
Bam.
So just strike that, and if that gets you what you need, this is not authorizing financing under state law. It has to come back to the council in the form of an ordinance.
Right, but if this is written in both places, there's no questions about it.
Sure, and you will get copies of the ordinance as well in draft form before they're final. So there will be another opportunity, and it's on my radar now, so that will be something specific that we will be sure the entire council is aware of.
Yeah, because right now it says for capital improvement projects, so it's a broad spectrum. We've dumped a ton of money in capital improvements, and we can't tell you what it all went for. So that's precautionary versus responsive is varying.
I don't have a copy of the resolution in front of me, but does it say specifically fire station and fire truck in there? So just strike capital improvements and just have the two. Is that the intent that the council wants to use just for the fire station and just for the fire truck?
I mean, it's possible we can, we could use it for a police department as well. So,
And then later, you could come back and pass another resolution saying any excess funds will be used for police department. Or you could go ahead and put the police department in there if you want.
So essentially, it's unnecessary, because you can just undo it later, so it doesn't really matter. Spinning our wheels.
It's kind of like spending our money. We're trying to be smarter with it. That's the whole reason behind it.
You can't check an email, look at the financial statements, how are you going to be smarter with it?
see, that's what we're talking about right there. I mean, that's uncalled for. I mean,
None of that was
Can
called
we
for,
talk
Matt.
like us, I do think it's important for us to at least get that going so that, because we do have the amount for the fire truck. And we will have a station amount coming. And then I think Councilman Ray's mentioned a, police department. So if it's within the ability, I mean, we have the Word document, like you said, for us to, or that, that wording to be specific, then,
You can make the motion to approve the resolution striking the word, capital project, other capital projects.
And add in.
and add, but, I mean, add,
That's what we want.
And add.
Okay, then we want the wording to be fire department and police department only. These funds.
We want to earmark it. We can just say earmark it.
It's all that's capital improvement, so
Yes.
yes.
so we don't want the fire truck in. I'm just trying to
you
understand.
know, there's other ways to finance the fire truck rather than putting in a 20-year bond. I mean, if we finance the fire truck for 20 years, that something that's going to be rusted out, molded, and send back to somebody
I
else's.
understand. I
You
just
know,
want to know
it's-
understanding what you all are wanting the wording to say.
Yeah.
So a police department and a fire department.
Yeah.
But if it says fire department and police department only,
That's
then
it.
that covers it all.
Until you make another motion in another meeting to change it and do something different with it.
See, there you
That's the
go.
whole point.
There you go, that little smart mouth of yours.
It's not insulting, it's the process, so.
That's what you think. That's your belief.
Right, if that's my
Yeah,
mistake.
this, just to reiterate that, the whole purpose of this is to draw the line. So under the law, you can only go back 60 days from the date that this resolution is adopted. So, you know, if you keep waiting, then it just keeps, the calendar keeps sliding, which is fine. But the whole purpose is to draw the line today, and then you can go back 60 days from today, and then you can go forward for as long as you want. But as long, you gotta pass it today.
I mean, so we don't have current drawings or anything to move, if like we wanted to start moving forward. Like we don't even know like construction costs, like anything. So jumping to it is like, why? You see what I'm saying? Like it kind of helps to know what our plan is before we can be responsive to it.
Yeah, it would be about a 2-month process. If we went today and we didn't hit any hiccups, rating, get all the documents, it'd be 2 months before you have the money.
It may be 2 months before we even have a plan.
And we're not in any hurry, it's the council's timeline.
And so the engineer provided a price per square foot for a rough facility. The apparatus is ready now, and so every moment we delay is a moment that we're delaying on getting that apparatus ordered. And so
The delay's not on the apparatus. There's other financing means for the apparatus. I just discussed that. So
that are available right now.
absolutely.
So if I make the motion for the resolution for it to state for a police department and a fire department, that's what we're wanting. Councilman Ray Chapman.
We just need to earmark it where it's not just run and spin, run and go. I
But I
mean,
think you said that we have the ability to change that because we have that document that we can change that wording. Is that what you're saying?
Yes.
Bond money is managed much differently than general fund money, and it doesn't, should be watched for carefully.
We can even put in the ordinance, just to take it a step further, that any draws from the construction fund in the bond account has to be approved by the council as well. So there's a way
Yep.
to do this.
I'm good with that.
So that could be,
This is all very preliminary in nature, and its really sole purpose is to say, today, you declare your official intent of doing a tax exempt financing, and you can go back 60 days from now. Whenever that bond issue closes, you can reimburse yourself, period. Everything else that's gonna govern the bond and where the money is gonna hold and what that process looks like from accessing those funds will be dealt with in the ordinance, and we're not there yet. But yes, you got it in Word, and if you want us to make the change, we can send it to you tomorrow morning. But,
Yeah.
I'd like to
Yes.
see that.
Yeah. I'd like to see that.
I'd like for you to make
For
a change.
fire department and police department only. No funds dispersed without the council's approval.
yeah,
withdraw from the fund, like you were saying.
And no draws
Yes.
from that fund without council approval.
Every business.
So we got somebody who they can just spend.
I'm not a bond lawyer, so I don't know if we can do that in the reimbursement resolution. What I was saying.
Yes.
We can put that in the ordinance.
Sure.
We're not gonna have the ordinance until we actually get to the point where we know what we're doing, we've got a bond rating, and we've sold your bonds. So that's way down the road.
So for this purpose, if we can, we just say for this resolution, it's just for a police department and fire department.
Correct.
And then when we get the other, that's when it'll state that no draws can be done without council approval.
So
correct.
Okay.
If the apparatus is not involved in this, we won't be able to place an order for the apparatus.
Actually, we will. There's other ways to finance this, and we've
Captain
previously
Davis
been,
said that he had some other financing options.
we've already been provided with it.
Those options were the same options that we did on the
How
last.
can the apparatus not be, it's part of the fire department. How can the apparatus not be involved? It's part of the fire department.
It's a
That's
different.
what y'all want. I don't mind, but do we want to pass this, can we want to pass this for the resolution for this right now, for this, the police and fire department? So that we can move forward from that and then bring Captain Davis back out, or
I would like Captain Davis to come back out and talk to us about the other option of
finance,
financing.
okay.
Yeah, there's a 7-year option, there's a 10-year option, there's a 12-year option.
You can ask him, you're closer to it.
I can tell you what it is.
If you want to
I
ask him.
will say, so on that.
I tell you what it is.
If you look at the principle and the sheets that I sent
Mhm.
you can carve out the two purposes. So the first 10 years of that bond issue could be the fire truck. The second 10 years could be the fire station. So I know it's a 20-year loan, but you can show that the fire truck is for 10 years and the fire station is for 20 years. And I can get you what the rate would be on a 10-year as well, but it'd probably be in 3%.
We read it, Captain.
So just feedback, y'all talked about the finance options for the fire truck, and I just think we're saying. So when I got the quotes from Sunbelt, they gave me 3 options. So as you know, $746,000 was the total cost. So the first option was a 7-year contract or 7-year payment plan with an interest rate of 4.89%. So your annual payment amount, it just says, payment amount, so that was $128,388.87. Option 2 was a 10-year plan, same, just a slight increase in your interest rates, 4.98 for $96,499.97. And then option 3 was a 12-year plan at $84,443.74 with a 5.06% interest rate. It does, so here we go, I found it. This thing payment frequency is annual. So that'll be one payment.
But our first payment on the 7-year plan will be a year from now.
That's correct.
Yep.
So the first payment, it shows pretty much across the board, would be 1 year from date of signature.
But if we put it on a 7-year plan and we purchase a new engine every 10, it gives us 7 to pay, 3 years of waiting for the next custom order to go through. It gives us 3 years of no payment until we have a new truck. Therefore, we keep the city in perfect shape moving forward, and we don't get in this predicament again.
Right. So the way we're sitting right now with, so if I was to go out right now and when I say customize, so I want to roll back to what we talked about. Is this everything we want on this fire truck? This is everything we want on the fire truck that can get us a fire truck in a timely manner. If I go and I walk out here and I spec me a truck out, I can give you a quote for 1.5, 1.6, and that does not include my equipment. But that is completely spec'd out, and I'm looking at 3 to 5 years before it comes in the store.
So we approved it tonight. I'm just hypothetically, we approved it tonight. You make the phone call tomorrow. How soon? will it happen?
So if you approved it tonight, tomorrow I walk back through that door right there, I'm texting Craig, which is the dealer for Sunbelt, and I'm gonna say, hey, that. So I've been talking to him pretty much every day, sitting down in different meetings with him every day to make sure that what I bring forward to each and every one of y'all is what benefits us, not what benefits this, like their pockets, but what benefits this city the most.
How soon would you have these?
So from data signature, it's 90 to 120 days, so roughly 4 months is what we're looking at. There are pre-built trucks, but they're the same across the board. It's just getting the fabrication done right because of the small tweaks that we made with it, because it benefits us more. I can go into detail what those are, but they're kind of irrelevant. But it still would be 90 days.
And it's everything you need.
This will be everything we should need for a
Give
long
us
time.
the updated one.
Right.
For the
So
4 and
first of all, I do appreciate. I know y'all, listening, and y'all come out, and I had several people of the council members come up to me. So I read it up. I look back at it. So if we were to, I can't give you a trade-in amount because I really don't know that trade-in amount. But if we were to go with 4 new X series monitors, they're, like I said, they're 53,000 and some change piece, and then went to purchase 3 new Lucas devices. Change in cost, or just for the monitors and 3 Lucas devices, are $285,184. That's a rough estimate. That is, I can't guarantee you that. That's just my math on basically what I saw. But if we're to include the total equipment with the truck plus 4 monitors and 3 Lucas devices, we're at right at 1.2. That's for, that doesn't give me, that doesn't include wiggle room, of course, because I can't guarantee that. I don't know the cost of it, give me based
But
off
that's
of
roughly.
turn it back in.
But that's everything that the fire department needs.
Yes, ma'am. That gives us all the hose plus extra hose that we can chase stuff out with, all the equipment to put it up that meets the ISO requirements, with all the stuff that we need.
1.2 for what now?
Sir?
What's 1.2 for what?
It's roughly 1.2. That's the truck, all the equipment through the different places, 4 brand new X series monitors, and 2 Lucas devices. The X series monitors, that does include the service plan.
So we don't know what we would get for trade-in on those
Right.
yet.
So rough estimate that Stryker gave us on trade-in was $7,000. I can't guarantee that. It may be that, it may be less, maybe more. So
That's 3 Lucas devices?
yes, sir.
Does that include the warranty as well?
On the Lucas and the monitors, yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yeah, it gives us a 5-year warranty. It's sitting in there, but I believe it's either 4 or 5-year warranty on the monitors. I believe it's 5.
All right, so I guess we gotta get, going back to the underwriter and bond counsel for capital improvements.
If I can say.
Tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you.
Dr. Davis.
Thanks.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you for
Appreciate
the
y'all.
I just want to make sure we're comparing the same thing. So the rate on a 20-year is 4.4, 4.5. If you did a 5-year, your rate would be 3.24.
That's
If
7
you
years.
did a 10-year, it would be 3.76.
That's 7 years.
A
You have a
7-year, I don't have that, but it'd probably be around 3.5%.
Give me those interest rate again.
The what?
Give me the interest rate again.
So 5 years
Uh-huh.
would be a 3.25. A 10-year would be a 3.76. And then a 7-year, I'm guessing it'd probably be in between the two, so it'd be 3.5, 3.5%. And so the bond issue can be structured however you want. This goes back to, you know, do we want 20 years, or do we want to do the fire truck at 5 and then the fire station at 15?
You don't want to do no fire truck or 20.
So
We want to do the fire truck
That's
at between
astronomical.
5 and
And
7.
the way that it's structured now is, if you look at the principal amount, the first 10 years you could allocate to the fire truck or whatever, probably even less, because it's a $3 million issue. You just allocate $1 million for the fire truck. I can rerun these and send these so you can see, okay, here's the fire truck amortization. That can be 5, 7, or 10 years. And then the fire station can be however long you want. So this can literally be customized to however you want it. I tried to make it simple to create a level payment, because you don't want your general fund paying debt service going up and down every year, right? You want it to be predictable from a budgeting standpoint. So we've tried to, and obviously if you pay this off in 7 years, your payments would be a lot higher. So you need to consider that as well. And I didn't catch the annual payments, but you know, if you have debt payments also on the fire station, and then you've got really high payments on the fire truck, you know, what does that do to the budget? So that would be kind of something that I would consider if I was, you know. But again,
The 3 million is the current rate, basically is how much was left over in the budget from the surplus. Now granted, that's based on 2-year-old numbers, got more income now, but the whole thing was part of a plan to try to keep it within that range.
So you can get us, basically you can update this and get it back to us, and then we can vote on it at the next meeting. Okay, I'll make a motion to table it to the next meeting.
Wait. I thought you said you needed this thing. We need this to happen today.
You know, we really need this to happen like today, because they need their things like
still
right
vote
now.
on this and change whatever you're doing. You can borrow $20 million in Pat's resolution. So
This is just to get the ball started.
yeah, we're still gonna need a decision from the council on what scenario. Like I said, this is just giving you the option to reimburse yourself. It doesn't authorize the issuance of debt.
So you can email us 3, 5, 7, 10, 15, and 20-year options?
Yes.
Okay, that'd be good, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll make a motion to approve this, stating that the money will be earmarked for police station and fire station only.
Police and fire only.
What's the point? Have a motion?
So,
Yep,
I said,
so we wanting to include, we want to do the fire truck in a different financing? Is
yes,
that what the-
right now, and then we can always come back later and pay it off.
Can we pay for the fire truck out of this?
We can, once it's finalized, we can come back
Right.
and pay it off from
Is it- is
from a
fire
different
department.
avenue.
So we can pay the fire truck off out of this, correct?
So what you're trying to do is you're gonna finance the fire truck, and then after you get this loan, then you're gonna pay that loan off? Is that what you're talking about?
It's an option, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an option, yes.
And you're gonna pay on it for a year, so.
We're back to the same point,
Why
though.
would you just use your money
Right,
and not pay
exactly.
interest on it?
Yeah, that's two closings.
But
That's two closings, that's 2 points. That's
well, I'm
two
just trying to get the
everything.
truck here quick as possible.
Well,
Like use your cash to get that going.
Yeah.
Then you reimburse yourself.
this
Or you
resolution,
go out and borrow.
Well, I don't know how much cash we got.
We don't either.
this resolution,
do we have enough cash to purchase it?
We'll find out right here.
this resolution allows you to basically start the process, and then if anything that is out of pocket, you could reimburse yourself when the money comes in. And then you don't, the whole point of this was to consolidate bond issuances so that we didn't have multiple closings through the bond process. And so like, you save yourself incremental money with each one of those things.
Anyway, my question is, no matter how we do it, we could we'll get the money, get this bond issued, and we could pay it off. No matter where that money came from, and we paid for it to start with.
But you're gonna pay closing costs twice.
Is if you borrow money to purchase a fire truck.
Oh, no, I'm just saying if we had got the cash, and we
Yes.
paid for it. And then this check comes in, 3 million comes in, then we'll take $1 million of it, pay this off. Now we're through with that. Okay, I'm good with that.
So supposedly we have the money. So we have the money, we can just pay for it.
Supposedly.
Yes.
I don't know that.
And then reimburse ourselves.
Yeah.
So,
Okay,
That's the
we
question.
got a motion in a
I
second.
will send you guys the options of,
Please do.
do you still want to see the fire station on 20-year?
Yeah, a city building on 20 years is fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah.
We just don't want the
5,
fire
7,
truck
and 10
on
on the
20.
fire truck.
Yeah.
Yes.
and I think on the ordinance, it should say that it's used for police and fire capital improvement projects. Or public safety
So we gonna do it, we gonna pay for
capital improvement projects.
All right, so
Yeah.
motion's on the table.
it. And then we'll
Yes.
put the fire truck, fire truck on 20.
We had a motion in a second. What we gonna do?
So essentially,
seconded the motion?
Martrice?
so you seconded it, right?
I did.
So basically, we're gonna jump through a lot of hoops to get back to the same point of where we were, but roll call vote.
Councilperson Chapman?
Yep.
Councilperson Bell?
Yes.
Councilperson McIntyre? Yes. Councilperson Davis? Yes. Mayor Pro Tem Green?
Absolutely.
Mayor Clarice?
So everybody voted for the fire truck and the fire station, the police station, except the mayor. Carry on. Make sure you get that in there.
You did not just vote on the fire truck, you voted to remove the fire truck from the finance.
Good job.
Let's make that clear. The vote was to remove the fire truck from the finance.
No.
That's what the vote was. All right, next topic on next topic on the agenda is ordinance 2026-013, residential rental inspection.
8 o'clock.
Looking for a motion on ordinance 2026-013.
And this is the one that's every other year, they go in and just make sure that it's,
Well, it's two things mainly. It's one, making sure that my property pays their, business license, because the state law requires each property to pay business license. And then every other year they get inspected to make sure they're up to date with it.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
I don't either, but with the rentals incurred, that amount, but they have to be the ones to pay.
They probably would with the big rental company, probably so.
But most of the big rental companies are taking up that money. They're just not paying it until an ordinance or policy requires them to. That's one of the things I went to,
Are the big rental companies paying their,
they collect it from the renters, but they don't pay it until they're kind of pushed to. Sometimes they do. I'm not saying all are that way, but that was one of the things when I was like that you lose a lot of revenue by people just waiting to see if anybody asks for it. If you don't ask for it, you keep it. I mean, at the end of the day, the inspections will help protect the citizens who are renting to make sure their houses are up to snuff. And I mean, there can be variances just like that, just like anything else.
I'll make the motion to approve it. I mean, I think it's fair that people who are renting, that the companies are made to keep up the properties. I mean, them to be livable, so.
So we have a
I second.
motion and a second. Any more discussion? All right, hearing none, roll call vote.
Councilperson Chapman?
No.
Councilperson Bell?
Yes.
Councilperson McIntyre?
No.
Councilperson Davis? Yes. Mayor Pro Tem Ray?
No.
Mayor Clarice?
All right, motion ties, so it dies. Do you have any other motions before moving on? Okay, so ordinance 2026-014, the Windstream franchise agreement. Do we have any, looking for a motion on this ordinance?
So for this one, is this where it's gonna save the city $300 just for Station 2? a month?
Well, yes, about $600 a month for, $600 a month for internet, and then the 5% franchise fee.
Yeah. If it's saving us money, I don't see why there'd be a problem with it. I'll make a motion to approve it.
I'll second.
Councilman Davis makes a motion, Chapman seconds it. Any more discussion? Okay, roll call vote.
Councilperson Chapman?
Yep.
Councilperson Bell?
Yes.
Councilperson McIntyre? Councilperson Davis?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Ray?
Yep.
Mayor Querem?
Motion passes. Moving on along, we have the fire truck proposal.
Make a motion to spend 1.2. Get everything that was presented to us by Captain Davis. Paid for currently, unless we change it. In option 1, 7 years. From the general fund.
I second it.
A motion and a second. So your motion is to pay cash for the fire truck.
Option 1, 7-year plan currently.
We're talking about the one that Captain Davis said, the 4.89% for the moment?
Currently, yes.
Okay.
You said 7-year plan and pay 1.2 million cash out of the general fund. So I'm kind of understanding.
Said it's paid for out of the general fund.
He's talking about make the payments out of the general fund. Unless the rates come back differently with, I guess, the bond. or
We have a year for when we don't make the first payment, so we got a little time to.
So approve 50,000 in interest. All right, roll call vote.
Councilperson Chapman?
Yep.
Councilperson Bell?
Yes.
Councilperson McIntyre? Councilperson Davis?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Ray?
Yep.
Mayor Querem?
Don't kick the can down the road. Make a decision.
So I'll vote yes. All right, moving right along, pay car service proposal. I'd like to make a motion about pay car.
This is how customers can pay their water. Is that what you're talking about?
Is that the one that's, we paying like 15,000 or 20,000 a year?
No, this is nothing but a credit card processor basically that allows for, payment with the app on the phone and, credit cards online. So it's just, right now we use, government portal to accept credit card payments and, we have quite a few issues with, auto pay.
This is no cost to the city. Swap over.
Is it no cost?
Yeah. Go portal is very similar. Now they do more, of course, than Paystar, but Paystar gives us more technology and options and can reduce some of our monthly costs for sending out bill.
And it's free to the mom.
Yeah, the all credit card processors, the.
I know that, I'm just talking about it there.
Is there anything from fee wise?
I think it's I don't know what the current one is, but I think it's less than what we're currently paying.
For the interest,
It's better for the customer, it's better for the city and it's better for the customer.
How much is it?
You remember, is it $1.95 or something?
And then it also offers ACH and other options that, where they actually won't pay the fee at all.
Oh, yeah, I think that's a good one.
I think it's a really good.
If you want to make the motion and I'll second.
Yeah, I make a motion to it.
I'll second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Any more discussion?
You guys got anything to say about it?
No, I'm just gonna abstain.
Oh, you gonna abstain, okay. You wasn't here to hear about it. Okay.
All right, hearing no more discussion, roll call.
Councilperson Chapman?
Abstain.
Councilperson Bell?
Yes.
Councilperson McIntyre?
No.
Councilperson Davis?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Ray?
No.
Mayor Querem?
Yes. What's that?
3.
3-3. All right, motion passes. And so guys, do we have any other motions on about Paystar? All right. So moving right on to the bridge repairs at Wilson Park. Entertain a motion for the repairs to the bridge at Wilson Park.
What's the cost?
I believe it was
They sent it to us.
17.
What's the total?
Concrete was gonna be nearly 100,000, right, Mr. Walker? Like, the concrete quote. And the metal bridge with the composite decking is, was like 17 and some change.
You got the exact.
How
quote?
much?
Yeah.
17 and some change.
117,000?
I think it's in this concrete as well.
117,000?
No.
I don't know. The concrete is 100,000.
100. The previous quote we had last meeting was 17. And it's a metal frame and composite deck.
I make a motion, we fix that bridge.
Second. All right, motion and second, any more discussion?
$17,000.
Okay, roll call vote.
Councilperson Chapman?
Yes.
Councilperson Bell?
Yes.
Councilperson McIntyre? Councilperson Davis? Yes. Mayor Pro Tem Ray?
Yep.
Mayor Lewis?
Okay. Fencing at Dillard Park and Wilson Park. But this was the first time it was on the agenda, but
It's needed.
yeah, it is, and it's, well below the bid. Also, but if council would like, we just need to suspend the rules.
What are the exact numbers?
Exact numbers is 11-6 for Wilson and 14-4 for Dillard. I make a motion to suspend the rules
I second.
I motion and second to suspend the rules.
for fencing at Wilson and Dillard Parks.
Roll call vote.
Councilperson Chapman?
Yes.
Councilperson Bell?
Yes.
Councilperson McIntyre? Councilperson Davis? Yes. Mayor Pro Tem Ray?
Yes.
Mayor Lewis?
Yes.
Make a motion to spend 11-6 for fencing at Wilson Park and 14-4 for fencing at Dillard Park. Therefore, out of general fund.
Second.
Make a motion. Carrie, second. Carrie, second. Any discussion?
No.
All right, roll call vote.
Councilperson Chapman?
Yep.
Councilperson Bell?
Yes.
Councilperson McIntyre? Yes. Councilperson Davis? Yes. Mayor Pro Tem Ray?
Yep.
Mayor Lewis?
Yes. Last item of the storm shelter parking lot paving. We got these quotes from Matthews, our contracted paver, but being the first presentation, we don't have to vote on tonight. But we want to entertain any motions about the storm shelter parking lot.
You said it'd be roughly 180,000 for both.
We didn't get any quotes from any other,
We have we put out paving, contract bids, was it a year and a half ago? And so we got Massey, we don't have, basically, we have a contract with Massey and a guaranteed bid amount. And so we don't have to, bid out paving contracts because we bid out the 3-year contract, I believe, with Massey. And so we don't have to, we basically pre-bid the contract and the pricing, so we don't have to bid every job.
But do we have to use them, like if someone else?
We don't have to, but,
I would like to get another bid from another contracting company, not always use who we always use.
so,
I would like
I
to.
don't know anybody that does that, or any companies, I'm not familiar with that, but.
You'd have to put it out, to the whole public, everyone that does it, not specific.
Let's just do that. That's my motion.
I'll second.
Let's just put it out for other people to bid on it.
I'll,
Just need to draw up whatever the dimensions are.
any more discussion? All right, roll call.
Councilperson Chapman?
I don't even know what
I
What do
did
we-
a motion that we put a bid out for other people to bid on the project.
Yeah, okay, yes.
Councilperson Bell?
Yes.
Councilperson McIntyre?
Yes.
Councilperson Davis?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Ray?
Yep.
Mayor Lewis?
Okay. All right, so the new items to the agenda, the, city clerk. Is there a motion for the city clerk?
Yeah, I'll make a motion to remove Tabitha as our interim city clerk. I think she's given 9 months of her time from Argo, and since we have an assistant now, I will make a motion to remove Tabitha and put our assistant city clerk in, starting tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. And until as he can serve as the interim until we get until we make a decision on a full-time replacement.
You don't have the authority to remove someone from a position.
How is that? Because the city clerk is decided for by the city council.
Interim is not.
Interim is.
Interim is the mayor's decision.
Interim actually isn't. It was voted on. It was voted on at the council meeting.
Appointment of the interim position.
It's in place until it's replaced by a city clerk. So you have to elect the city clerk.
We have an assistant city clerk.
Yeah.
Full-time.
So why was it voted on by the council then? I'm sure you won't, but your videos will tell you otherwise. So, it was a voted on position, even to serve as interim, still voted on.
If you look at the handbook, appointment of interims is handled by the mayor.
So why was it voted on? Can you answer that?
Not with the pending litigation.
Pending litigation on interim?
No.
But we don't have a full-time
Okay.
interim city clerk, we have a part-time interim city clerk. But it's a full-time position.
All right, so you're gonna get us all the, the information on the applicants' names and so on and so forth, so we can further make a decision to move the city forward.
You had them for 2 weeks.
We don't have the names.
Is their resume not sufficient?
No, we need the names, full resumes of every applicant, just like we've done in the past. So, I mean, did we interview every other city employee without a name? Does the police, fire, public works, do they all call for interviews without the names of these people? Do they make decisions without the names of these people?
I mean, the qualifications.
That's not what I asked. I asked a direct question.
The qualifications are very sufficient, and without
Qualifications.
you can make the claim based on their qualifications, and then we'll interview those, and by then you'll have all the information.
Or we can make the claim that you're interfering with government operations and go to the district court and file
You're welcome.
file something there.
You're welcome to do that. But the point
That's
is-
fine, because the law states, and if they have to defend it, they will. So are you telling us that we need to seek litigation in order to do this?
Done whatever you feel comfortable doing, but the point is, the names being redacted to avoid bias and to avoid,
No one
favoritism.
has, you have favoritism, we have had it.
The
We have
bias is
not
over
had
there with
the-
the mayor.
Yeah,
We
the
have
bias
not
is-
had the privilege to hire anyone. So who's showing favoritism? We have had the
I
privilege
think
to
the
hire
bias was
anyone.
done when you hired your friend as an assistant clerk without posting the job for everyone else to apply.
So,
Councilman McIntyre, have you had the privilege to hire anyone? And interview anyone? Have you had the privilege of hiring anyone?
Well, I mean, I said it on the interview though.
But have you had the privilege to hire someone? What about you, Councilman Davis? What about you, Councilman Taylor?
No.
What about you, Councilman Ray? I surely haven't either. We haven't had that privilege, so how would we show favoritism?
Councilman
We,
McIntyre,
we can't show favoritism. We can't show nepotism, and I know you hate when I use that word. But we hadn't showed that, because that's what you told me. We hadn't shown any of that, and everyone who has been put in a position is someone that you know. It's a friend of yours, or a family member or a friend of yours. So let's just be honest about this.
Okay.
No one who has been hired in a position is someone that we recommended, the city council. You did, but you say Councilman Ray did. Councilman Ray, who did you recommend?
I recommend nobody.
Yes, you did.
Who I recommend?
They said that you recommend several people
Who
for
was
the
it?
position.
Who was it?
Mayor Puerto Rico, would you mind answering that?
again,
Do you mind answering that?
I'm not gonna, this is off the topic. folks.
It's not off the topic. You said that you redact the names because you didn't want it to be biased or favoritism. And I'm showing that none of us up here has had the privilege to hire anyone. You have done that. You put the person for the chief of police, the fire chief. You did all of that. But you did that, right?
Did you vote on them?
But did we have any other options?
Did you vote on them?
Did we have any other options? What did you tell us?
Did you vote on them?
Let's just all go back.
We're not gonna go.
Oh, we're gonna go back, but I need to know how we got the persons in the position. Or do we want, you know why they don't want to go back? Because they don't want me to tell the truth.
We still got two
That
other
there was
topics.
meetings that was had outside of here, and Matt Tortorisi made promises to a mayor in Springville to hire someone, and then he made other promises to hire people. That's how these people get in office. Let's just be honest. Now, do you want me to continue, or do you want me to go ahead and adjourn this meeting? Let's just go ahead and adjourn it. Who made it?
Oh, we still got two more
Adjourn it,
topics.
because I'm just saying, let's just be honest. You said
still
that you
got two more
redacted
topics.
applications from us because you did not want us to be biased, but you did.
Huh?
Yes, because you don't want the truth to be told. And you want everybody in the city of Myra to keep going
Still got two
around
more
saying
topics.
that we're not doing something. Let's be honest, man. Talk about the secret meetings that we had. All of us had. Everybody sitting up here.
Still got two more
Tell
topics.
the truth.
Still got two more topics.
And shame the devil. Tell the truth.
Councilperson Bell.
What you asking me?
Motion to adjourn.
No, we still got two more topics.
Councilperson McIntyre. Councilperson Davis.
Yeah. We can't get through it without arguing.
No.
We're not arguing, we're just telling the truth. The truth is getting ready to come out. So we want to adjourn the meeting because we don't want to tell the truth of how people really got hired. That's all that is.
I mean,
Let's just be honest. Let's be honest why people got these positions, man. Be honest. Tell the truth. The citizens deserve the truth. Let's just be honest. We standing up here talking about it. Let's be honest. Pull it out. Pull their resumes out and their applications out and let us know how they got hired. Besides that they know you. Or they friends of somebody that you know. Let's be honest and tell that truth.
So, next topic, city attorney. Is there a motion about the city attorney?
We need one
What was the
to
vote?
represent us.
Like what?
To adjourn.
Oh, it is. Okay.
Anything on the next topic?
Yeah, city attorney. I make a motion to hire Mr. Austin to represent the city council.
How much is he charged an hour?
It's under 400.
And he'll be representing who? The city, the council?
City as a whole, city attorney.
I second it. You know, that'll be on monitor of the dogs, you know that. Cause you know, persons in here put someone on monitor of the dogs and said that I told you to do.
Who is this? Who is Jonathan Austin?
A motion and a second to appoint or to hire, you said Jonathan Austin at over $400 an hour to represent the city council.
That's not what I said. No, I said to represent the city. It's a city attorney.
That's a mayor's appointment.
No, it's not. There's a city ordinance that states the council decides.
City attorney is not
We don't get to do anything.
not involved in that.
How you figure that? Pull the ordinance out. I know you got it on your laptop.
The ordinance is invalid, but it also doesn't.
Ordinance isn't valid. How's it invalid?
I'm just telling you it's invalid, but that's not in your authority.
that's the one, I think that's what.
So the ordinance stating the city council appoints the city attorney is invalid? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Because the League of Municipalities said today that it's a legal document.
Who did you talk to at the league?
Huh?
Who did you talk to at the league?
Our legal advice. Huh?
Who? Name the person.
I didn't tell you. Then it's obviously none of your business.
Because you didn't talk to
Yeah,
him.
because I did.
All right, so,
Hey, you wanna know what time we called? Let me just tell you that.
again.
Here you go. Again what? Again what? 2:27 PM. Huh?
Who did you speak to?
It's not your business, I spoke to. Of course you.
All right, so again, city attorney is the mayor's appointment, ratified by council, and so, that motion is, too valid and apology, can you elaborate or?
There's an ordinance in place stating otherwise.
We have a contract.
Yes.
Who's got a contract? The council signed the contract?
Yeah, but the council approved hiring this law firm.
Council signed the contract?
And it was for us.
A mayor cannot sign contracts without coming to the council first. The contract? The contract? The contract? Oh, I said the contract. You said the contract. I'm asking you about a contract. The council approved the contract.
You approved it?
The contract.
Yeah, you approved it.
Okay. Now I'll make a motion to hire Jonathan Austin as the city council attorney.
What rate?
Up to $500 an hour. That should cover the gap for you, right? So you don't have to ask again?
So, who's getting kickback from that?
Who's getting the kickback? I would
Because
guess.
that's more than twice what anybody in St. Clair County charges for representation.
It's probably more than twice of what anybody's gonna do for us,
He
too.
said who's getting a kickback, man? Who he throwing that punch at?
If you priced around in St. Clair County,
Ask him who he's throwing that punch at.
Huh?
Who you throwing
You
that
don't
punch
get
at?
nobody from St.
you ain't gonna get nobody from St. Clair County.
Who you throwing that at?
All right.
We get a motion in a
Hey,
second.
let's just be, hey, let's talk about it. No, let's talk about it. Who is you throwing that at? Who you throwing that at? I said, who you throwing that at? We could ask a lot of questions of who you giving a kickback to, but we haven't. But if you want me to bring those names up, I can.
Who seconded?
Second motion for what?
All right, Mr. Austin, City Council Attorney.
I'm gonna second it because he insinuated that I'm getting a kickback off of it, but we're gonna talk about who gets some kickbacks and bring some
All right,
names up tonight.
vote on it.
Okay. Open for discussion.
Okay, we'll discuss it then.
So,
It's not a conflict because I do not work for Attorney Jonathan Austin. I don't work for Attorney Jonathan Austin. The attorney I work for is named Attorney Richard Rice. I don't work for Jonathan Austin. I know you was the one that put it on Margaret at the dog, that evidently I made that recommendation. Jonathan, Councilman Ray, did I make that recommendation to you? Because truly, I don't want anybody to come here and work for the city of Margaret. Because it's just so much chaos. So I didn't make the recommendation. Councilman Ray, did I make the recommendation for you to hire Jonathan Austin? That's what I thought. I don't work for Jonathan Austin. I work for Attorney Richard Rice, not Jonathan Austin.
But the city of Margaret ain't gonna get nobody in St.
So I
Clair
want to
County.
make that clear.
Just make
So the very next time you make a post, make sure you do your research. Just because those attorneys have worked on a case together, that does not mean that I work for Jonathan Austin. And if you go to Attorney Richard Rice's page, you will see Martrice Bell as a paralegal. And if you would go to Jonathan Austin page, you won't see Martrice Bell nowhere on there, nor would you see us working together. I just want to make that clear, so no one in here would say that there was a kickback, or I told him to do that. But I just want to make sure that y'all know that. And we just need to make that thing clear. So when you need to know anything about Councilwoman Bell, I need for you guys to ask me. Don't make any assumptions at all. Because we all know when you make assumptions what they say. And for you to sit up here and say somebody's gonna get a kickback, let's talk about the kickbacks. Let's open the floor for those kickbacks that you have paid out. Let's talk about those. But you want to continue to talk, because you don't want to talk about those, do you, Meg? Do you, Mayor Tortorisa, do you want to talk about the kickbacks that you're giving out? Do you want to talk about that? Do you want to talk about all the promises that you've made? That's the reason why these persons are in the positions that they're in. Do you want to talk about that? Do you want to talk about all the other meetings that we had outside of this? Do you want to talk about that? No, I have been misinformed. I know because I was there. But you didn't think that I was going to talk about it. You thought that I was just going to go along with it. That's what you thought.
I'll call for a vote.
I'm still discussing, so.
You can discuss all you want, but I want you to discuss the truth and not lies.
Does council still have, the other attorney on retainer from the Margaret Community Concerned Citizens? Or y'all just get advice from him, or do y'all actually have a retainer?
What?
Who's y'all?
Yeah, who is y'all?
Yeah.
Who is he?
Who's your broad spectrum of accusations?
He stated.
So when things don't go your way, you
Who we have
want
on
to make
the table?
accusations about everybody?
He stated in a interview.
Okay, that's what he said. That ain't got nothing to do with us.
Did you hire him? Councilman Ryan? What about you, Councilman Chapman? Did you
No,
hire him?
I don't know what we're talking about. What are we talking about?
Any more discussion?
All these assumptions, boy, I tell you, they make a lot of assumptions.
Any more discussion?
No, where did you get that information from? You asked Councilman Ray who we talked to.
Out of his own mouth.
And he told you that we hired him. The city.
Who's the attorney?
He said he advised y'all.
He did not say that. Pull it up and show us. That's what he said.
Roll call.
Yeah.
How can he represent us if he's representing someone that's suing the city of Margaret? That's a conflict.
That was exactly my.
That's a conflict, man.
Representing somebody.
He's representing the three that's bringing a suit against the city of Margaret. So you don't even have to be in law to know that's a conflict. He can represent us and represent the people that's suing us. How dumb does that sound? You don't even have to be in law to know that. I'm sorry, Tabitha. Go ahead. What am I voting on?
Hiring Jonathan Austin.
Absolutely. Oh, no, ma'am. Let me abstain. Let me abstain from that because I don't want them to, think that I got something to do with it.
Councilperson Councilperson Davis? No. Mayor Pro Tem Ray?
Yeah.
Mayor Troy.
Alright, vote dies.
Oh, we gotta wait for Karen to come back.
He left the room.
Yeah, you don't know why he left. We waited to vote for yours. We gonna wait till you come back.
Alright, next topic is the spending policy.
We waited
Did
for
you not hold up
yours.
public comment a minute ago?
You held it up.
So,
You still went on, so why can't we wait till Karen comes back?
he got up and left the room during the
Because
vote.
you don't want him to vote.
Alright, moving on.
You just want everything to go your way.
And what do we have on the spending policy?
Oh, it's a resolution.
Councilman Kyle, are you gonna vote? You missed voting. Are you gonna vote?
Yes.
What your vote is?
Yes.
Your vote is yes, Tabitha. Okay. 1, 2, 3, and 2.
Count. So, moving forward, spending policy.
It's not a tie. I
There's no
abstain.
vote.
And abstention is a no.
Well, let me go back. Go back. Let me take my abstain off and say yes.
Too late.
It ain't too late. No, it's not. No, it's not. See, that's the same thing you guys told me when Trinell was here and I made a motion and you said they couldn't vote. That's not true. That's not what the Robert Rules of Law say.
Alright,
So
so
it's a
I
tie.
go back and change my vote to yes.
spending policy.
It's a tie. It's a tie.
No, I go back, I go back and change mine from abstain
That's
to
not
yes.
proper policy, and I'm
It didn't
allowing
matter.
it, so moving on to spending policy.
So he's needed a motion, basically.
Well, I make a motion to change my vote from
Honestly,
abstain to
hold on a
yes.
second. This was a motion to spend money, and, we.
I
Sorry,
make a
it's already
motion
been-
to,
it's
I
already been
make a
talked about
motion to
previous.
change my
It's
vote
already been
from
talked about
abstain to
previous.
yes.
I mean, if that's the case, you gotta do it for the fire truck too. So I mean, stop making up your own rules as you go.
That's true.
Yeah.
That
Say it
is
again.
true.
I said that is true.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
Alright, so spending policy. Are you?
Now, let me see.
So we can make it. Well, we can make another motion and vote again.
Some advice.
Yeah. So I make a motion that we hire Jonathan Austin as to represent city council.
Let me just call and get my own legal advice.
You gotta vote before you go anywhere.
Give me your
I'm
second.
waiting, but I'm gonna get my own legal advice.
Give me your
I
second.
need nobody bad.
Just need somebody to second it.
Go your second. Patrice. Second.
You gonna second it?
How do you-
I second it.
I've never seen somebody make the same motion.
Yes, you can't make the same motion twice.
So we need somebody else to make it?
No, you can't make the same motion twice.
I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to him. Stop acting like somebody's speaking to you when they're not. I'm talking to the city attorney. That's what we pay him for, right?
So we made a
No one,
motion.
ain't that what we pay him for?
I need something. You're- keep talking.
Nobody wants your cartoons. Keep your stuff in your pockets.
Alright,
Give it to your friend that you hired.
alright, so that was the legal motion, so.
Yeah, so this is
we're moving on to the
A resolution
policy.
clarifying, fiscal spending policy for the city of Martin. Just something to look over when we vote on the next council meeting. I'll get everybody a copy of it, so they can take it home with them.
Alright, a motion to adjourn. Alright, second.
Did we not vote on that?
We can't vote on this. We gotta vote on the next meeting.
Okay, but it's not been brought up,
Mhm.
so we can vote on the next meeting.
So roll call for motion to adjourn.
Yep.
Councilperson Davis, yes. Mayor Pro Tem.
Yeah.
Let me get some coffee, man. Let's check. Check.
Oh, yeah, here's
Sorry you had to put this on.
Was it entertaining?
Yes, I would say yes. I'll give it 10 on that.
You'll make sure not to.
Very entertaining.
Let me make some coffee for this. Yeah. You got what's that? Let me make some copies of this right here.
He said,
Oh, I bet you know she'll bring it.
that's what they said. They were trying to know, but I don't think so.